just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it starve. And now you wanna see me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Taylor Industries pregame show. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm not by myself tonight, and it's a great thing. We have the one, the only, the Torb hammer swinging fool himself, Spilo, here to co-cast with me tonight. Spilo, it's an honor to have you here tonight, casting here for UCM Esports.
I'm glad to be here, Tom. I'm obviously collegiate is something that I'm a little bit, not super investigated in. I don't know a lot about, so looking forward to not only get like the full collegiate experience, but actually get the full collegiate experience while casting and watching it at a competitive level as well. So this isn't just a scrimmage. This is an actual official match. So it's going to be really exciting.
This is an official exhibition match against Grandview. And so this will be one heck of a matchup. But we do have to recap a little bit of Cornell College that happened last week. And so that one was a bit of a downer. We did get Romfel stomped about 3-0-ish. So it was not the prettiest, but that does not matter. Today's a new slate. No. Everything's going well. And today, your Culver's lineup for tonight will be Deity on tank with his partner Agler, Trey Clev and Rickless Morty as the DPS duo that they are, and then DD Gaming and the Red Polka as the support duo. So we got our guys from the bench from last time, and I'm hoping the roster's correct this round. We'll see. They changed it up last time. It could be the same again. And Spilo, you've kind of coached a few of these guys. What can you tell me about them?
I mean, it's like a secret sauce. You never know what you're going to get. You mix up the ingredients. You might just get it perfectly the next time. You never know. So today we're going to be having Deity. And I think when we think of Deity, we have somebody who's kind of more known for his off-tank play. He's a little bit of a flex tank. He has kind of a little bit of everything in his hero repertoire. And then Agler, somebody I'm not as familiar with, but who I'm told has an absolutely really mean Reinhardt. So obviously, if we get a chance to see that, that's going to be pretty exciting as well. Obviously, Trey and Cree, hit scan specialty. He's really good at that. And then somebody who I've known for quite some time, Sean. I had a chance to review some of his Sombra, a little bit of his Hanzo, a little bit of everything. A little bit of I've had the opportunity to know him for a while to be able to roast some of his play for some time. But I'm looking forward to hopefully better playing well today. You better be playing well today. And then we got DD on Brig, Lucio, a lot of the more like not exactly. It's like we call it main support, but really not the big healers, like the off healers, really. Mm-hmm. And so obviously we're looking so forward to see what he can do today. And then lastly, we have, is this a sub?
Yes,
correct?
Sir. Yes, sir.
So the secret sauce ingredient is going to be red, and it sounds like some specialty in Moira Ana is what you were telling me.
Something like that. That's what he was playing last week. A bit of the Moira, a bit of the Ana. So we'll see how well he does tonight.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. So they're going to dump out a lot of healing and I guess support his team as best as he can. So looking forward to it for sure.
Oh, it'll be a great time. And before we send it off to our next commercial breaking move on, I will like everybody to know who's watching the stream tonight. We are having a headset giveaway. You'll see it here on screen. If you go over to our Instagram page of UCM Esports, you have the opportunity to win a HyperX Cloud S gaming headset, and all you have to do is like the post. You got to be must be a following account and everything like that. Tag a friend in the comments, and then share the post in your stories. You don't have to put any money. It's free, basically. I think it's a fairly simple way of maybe getting a nice pair of headsets. I mean, I think Spilo should enter right there with them earbuds. I mean, I think you can benefit from this.
I mean, at this point, I'm frantically. Can I tab when I'm casting? All right, guys, you're trying to set me up. Like, okay, what do you think of the spit play, Spilo? And I'm like frantically signing into my Instagram account. What were you saying? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Sorry, I got to get into that giveaway and everything. So, but yes, that's we got all this fun stuff happening. And so just before we'll hop into this, let's just go ahead and just kind of, predict just real quick, Spilo, just kind of give me an idea. What do you think UCM will be running tonight in order to get a good victory onto Grandview? Just as UCM as a whole.
Do we know what maps that we're going to be playing?
First map here we have is Jiang Tower.
All right, so Jiang Tower, there's an opportunity for a couple of brawl compositions. And by brawl, I mean Reinhardt, short range, Reaper, May, Moira, Lucio, just up in your face compositions. I think those compositions are good in a couple maps. And for what we've seen of UCM, at least from what little I've had the opportunity of seeing, they seem really good on those heroes, on those type of compositions. So I expect UCM to play at least some brawl of those Reinhardt compositions on that specific map particularly.
And I hope I do see that too, Spilo. So with that being said, this is the end of the Taylor Industries pregame show, and we'll be right back with some action for you.
Culver's is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports. Welcome to Delicious. Thank you for joining us today. Before today's match, we'll be going over the rules of Overwatch. Overwatch is a 6v6 team-based game, where each map has specific objectives to complete. At the beginning of the match, and at any time during the game, the players can move into a spawn room that allows them to choose what character they want to play. They can also do this while waiting to respawn. There are 3 types of heroes that can be played. Tanks specialize in protecting allies, disrupting enemies, and occupying the front line. They have high survivability and abilities that protect themselves and others with shields and crowd control. Damage heroes are responsible for seeking out, engaging, and defeating the enemy using their varied tools, abilities, and playstyles. Lastly, support are heroes that heal, buff, and provide utility. Support heroes boost the overall performance of their team by increasing their survivability, speed, and damage output. They're generally the worst duelists and are best when surrounded by teammates. Throughout the match, players have a select set of abilities that can be used. All heroes have at least 2, although some have more. Each character also has an ultimate ability that must be charged by dealing damage or healing. Each match takes place on one of 4 types of maps: Assault, Payload, Control, or Hybrid. Payload maps have an objective that players must push to the end of a set track, with the other team defending. Whichever team can push their payload further wins. Assault maps have 2 objectives that one team must try to capture while the other team defends. Hybrid maps are a combination of the last 2 mentions, with one team capturing a point and then pushing it along a track. In control maps, players must fight over one point located in the middle of the map and hold it to fill their percentage. Finally, whichever team has won the most rounds by the end of the match will win the game.
Imagine opportunity. Got it? Good. Now pursue it. Choose the right college to cultivate it. Discover your passion, your talent. Now share it. Embrace it. Go global. Find support, network, build your team. Set a goal, work hard, achieve it. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate it. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are here at the Jiang Tower, and it looks like for once my spinning wheel of lineups was correct. So I'm so happy about it. You don't understand, Spilo. That's like a super great thing for me right now. So what's the idea here for UCM, Spilo, on Jiang Tower?
I think the really difficult part is about quickly getting across a bridge, getting bridge control as quickly as possible, and then hopefully winning first fight. Normally when we play in what's called a control map, King of the Hill map like we're seeing here, winning first fight is always important because it's really a short map. However, it's even more important on a map like this, as you guys can see, retaking that point means you have to walk across all the way exposed on a bridge or through a really small, tiny, uncomfortable room, which means if you lose that first fight, you're putting in a really unfavorable retake situation here. So hopefully UCM wins that first fight and puts the enemy team in that situation where they have to retake.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like we will have the sneaky Symmetra play here by both sides. So they're looking to get up onto the side here, Spilo, and just kind of dive in, right?
Exactly.
Okie dokie, so here we go. UCM going in, DD Gaming already onto the point, ready to get some boops off. Not really getting much security on that one. UCM all onto the point, looking out for stuff. Looks like a big charge coming out from Verloon. Not getting much of a pin. Rickless Morty does fall to Korn, though. So UCM is a man down with the damage of that Sim beam, but it does look like UCM will try and do their best to hold the point here. Korn able to push everybody off of the point here.
Big kill.
Big kill coming in from Trey. UCM doing what they can. Trey looks like everybody's falling off on the side of UCM to the side of the point here. And so, you know, it's just a quick little cleanup. Deity, Guardian, it's here. Guardian's just sweeping up everybody with their Symmetra balls here. Deity Gaming stalling as best he can, but UCM will be cleared from the point here. And Rickless Morty trying his best, but that's not going to be the case here. UCM does not cap the point. And so what does UCM need to do here, Spilo?
I mean, this is the tricky part. You got to retake it to a comp where they know exactly what you're trying to accomplish here. And now you're going to have to come across either bridge or through White Room. I'd love to see UCM find a way to set up their Sombra on an angle to hopefully take some of that pressure off the choke. Let's see what they do.
This is very true. Well, hopefully Rickless Morty will get more than just one person in his EMP if it gets pumped up. So yeah, UCM looking to see if they can take the choke here, holding off as much as they can. And it does look like Doom, Korn, nope, never mind, just sim turrets all over the place. They're holding the choke area of the bridge here. Korn going in to try and do some damage. UCM doing their best. Looks like bombs are out from Hidden. Looks like UCM will be deterred from entering that point of view. Red Polka is down, so there's no heals coming out from that. Korn is hacked, though, by Rickless Morty, and so UCM still just kind of taking the slow approach. They got to wait because there's, their Moira's down and out. UCM again being pushed all the way back. And then there we go. Agler taken out by Korn. UCM is back on the heel here. So it looks like we're just what's not clicking here.
I mean, it's difficult here because we're seeing the Doomfist is able to engage pretty much for free right now. And even if he's not getting the kills directly, he's forcing enough damage and enough threat that it's allowing the other people on to Grandview to actually get kills afterwards. So let's hopefully they can deny that Doomfist from engaging. Otherwise, this might be a long ride.
Oh, that's so true. It looks like UCM will be kind of hauled off
here. Big hack.
The arc. Hack coming out from Rickless Morty onto Hidden. Beat coming out. Coalescence coming out. UCM pouring in all the Qs that they can. Coalescence also coming out from Soren. And then Beat also coming out from Dex. UCM doing the best to hold out, but Deity does fall during the mess of all that. UCM needing to fall back and regroup here. Agler looks like he's getting too low on health here. Red Polka doing his best to kind of hold down M1, do stuff. Does get Shadow before him. Another Shadow coming out from Agler, but he does die in the process of it. UCM doing the best. Trey going through, getting on point and just pulling back everybody. He does have Death Blossom up and ready. Does pop it off.
Big kill.
Big kills going out here from UCM. Bombs coming out from Hidden. Might be able to deter enough. Shield coming out from Guardian. UCM trying their best to kind of cap the point. We do have 3 on the point here. DD Gaming just riding the walls on the side ground.
Ooh,
Ball
nice.
is out by Trey. Trey just doing his best to kind of clear out everything. EMP coming out 2 on the side of Rickless Morty. Guardian and Vermlin are hacked. Vermlin does fall. Guardian low below. Trey following up on the enemy. Lucio does take out Dex. UCM capping the point back.
Nice.
What all went right for UCM there, Spylo?
I mean, Rickless Morty hit more than one person with his EMP. That was just massive. But ultimately, they did get across the choke. That was a big thing. It was expensive, cost a lot of ultimates, as you said there. But they did get across the choke finally. And then that brawlier-style mess, UCM just was the better team in that circumstance.
Ever so true. So UCM now has the great defensive position here. Looks like Grandview will be going up underneath here. There is a sim portal being put up by Guardian. Looks like there's going to be maybe a sneaky kind of go around here. Korn to switch off of the Doomfist to the McCree. And it looks like there might be some sick flanks. Rickless Morty is taken out by Korn with a quick flashbang headshot. UCM is down to DPS here. Beat coming up from DD Gaming. Coalescence also coming out from the Red Polka. UCM trying to burn out as much as they can on the enemy team of Grandview, and DD Gaming does get taken out by Soren, and the Red Polka trying to do his best. Hammer coming out from Agler. Agler trying his best to try and get stuff done. Nothing much happening there on the side of UCM. Looks like the Q factor does come onto the side of Grandview. Get that done. Overtime is ticking. Rickless Morty doing his best to stall, but at this point it's just kind of fruitless. You just kind of, DD Gaming coming in on the side here, seeing if he can stall out the point as well. UCM just trying to see if they can hold it out long enough to get enough people on the point. DD Gaming clearing out the turrets as best as he can. High Noon coming out from Grandview. UCM still putting people onto the point here. Not much happening there. Deity going onto the ball, trying again to stall for time. Trying to see if he can get the rest of his team there. Doing his best. Trey does have his Death Blossom up. If he can get there in time, maybe he can do something. But I don't think that's going to happen. Overtime does tick down. UCM loses map 1. Part 1 of 3, depending on how this goes for UCM. What does UCM need to change here, Spylo, to stay on this map?
I mean, it's tough. Like, they gave it a really good fight there at the end. Ultimately, that retake was just honestly brilliant. Like, they did a really good job of winning in that default fight. But we're seeing a lot of value found from these goofy Symmetra flanks, these Doomfist flanks, even the McCree flanks. There's a lot of value found from these really crazy flanks. So maybe if UCM can either do a better job of utilizing their own flanks or maybe scouting out, anticipate these goofy kind of plays that Grandview seems to be exploiting a lot here.
This is very true, Spylo, so hopefully that will work out here. Rickless Morty going onto the Junkrat here, and then we got the Red Polka onto the Baptiste. Trey switching over to the Symmetra. We do have your classical little brawly comp here of Zarya and Reinhardt here. DD Gaming sticking on his classical Lucio. Looks like Trey will be switching back off the Reaper, just going off of that sim to get that quick little jump onto point. Rickless Morty still sticking onto the Junkrat. He's wanting that burst damage potential. You do see Korn coming out on the Doomfist, but we have Guardian out on the Torbjorn here, and so that's going to kind of change up things, I believe, for Grandview. You do see a little bit of splitness here. Rickless Morty does take out Soren. Korn taking out DD Gaming. DD taking out Korn. UCM is up the man advantage here. UCM holding onto the point here by the sides of Agler. We're going to see how well that works out, but UCM is getting pushed into the backline by the tanks of Grandview here, and so UCM trying their best. Grandview does cap the point, but Verlum falls to the power of Trey. Korn back onto the point here. UCM trying their best to hold on to the point. Agler pushing on, doing what all he can, getting a bit of it contested, but they have to get everybody off if they want to just, recap the point here. UCM is able to push back Grandview. Looks like they might get a slow tickets percentage of it happening here, but it looks like that's not going to really happen out here. Dex, again, contesting the point for as long as they can. UCM does flip the point here, though. 20% only for Grandview. UCM has a chance here. Deity taking on Verlin. Trey helping out and popping off stuff. UCM, again, getting the point back. DD Gaming pushing forward, being the Reddit Lucio he is, and just getting all those kills to help him out there. He doesn't need gold healing. Spilo, that was a great hold.
It was a nice hold. The way they retook that was just absolutely brilliant. But once again, we're seeing Corn on the flank. Like, is this guy going to get away with it again?
This is very true. UCM has to watch out. I imagine that's why we have the Junkrat pull here. Graviton Surge coming out from Deity. UCM pumping in their Trey.
No.
Taking out 2 DD Gaming. Taking out another. UCM pumps it out, and only with one ultimate are they able to contest and hold them back. But we do have to keep in mind here, Grandview with also their own Graviton Surge, Coalescence, and Torbjorn ult, also with Beat coming up soon. UCM has got to watch out for that stuff, but we do have Riptire and Beat of our own. Riptire coming out on the side of Rickless Morty.
Whoa.
Does get 2 on his end.
Whoa.
UCM, lots of stuff coming out. You got the Torbolt coming out, trying to do as much damage, doesn't get anybody on the side of UCM. Rickless Morty in the background, again just spamming out his Granados, and UCM holds again, Spilo.
Oh, okay, Rickless Morty, I've got to be in his ear, man. Like, there's no other way he's playing this well. Like, oh no, Doofus is off the map, but, I mean, just really, oh my gosh. Okay, these boobs. I'm trying to talk, man. There's too much fighting happening as I'm trying to talk, but really great job by UCM just denying those Doom angles. It's not happening, and Rickless Morty popping off.
Rickless Morty on this Junkrat, and I love my Junkrat because that's what I DPS main all the time. Coalescence coming out from Grandview,
Another.
doing the best. Oh, Death Blossom coming out from Trey, takes out 2. Support line out for Grandview. UCM holding the point strong once more. And this is just getting juicy for UCM. We do see Hidden up in the high grounds, waiting to drop down and do something on the point. Pull back UCM probably. Agler, push that forward. Deity is down. Not before taking out that Corn. Doing a Meteor Strike. Looks like Grandview's putting in everything they can. Trey helps getting him down. DD Gaming sealing the kill from Trey. UCM, Beat coming out on the side of Grandview.
Oh,
we do have a shadow coming out from Vermlin. UCM trying their best to do some things. Rickless Morty tires out Vermlin. Trey taking out Hidden. UCM, again, contesting the point here. Agler swinging that hammer like he does and doing all the damage. And so UCM looks like they're going to get the overtime win here. And it is tied up.
Brilliant.
On Jiang Tower for UCM.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I mean, you just see it again and again. Like, UCM just does such a much better job of dealing with Corn and his goofy flanks. And as long as Corn doesn't get value out of those, UCM's just going to run it down main. You're going to go right through the gauntlet. Like, they're going to punch you right in the mouth, whether that's with the Junkrat or with the Reaper. And we just saw it again and again. And even with the Shatter thing in there as well. Like, we're having everybody's like, we're taking turns. This player's turn to pop off, that player's turn to pop off, one after the other. And that backline crucially is hanging in there against all the aggression from both the ball and the Doom. Really well played.
The synergy tonight, folks, is a lot better than what we had last week, and so this is just great to see from UCM. I think it's because Spilo's casting, so they have like this fear of God in their heart, so that they know that they're going to get roasted later on stream by Spilo, which if you want to watch Spilo, go to his channel, Spilo, twitch.tv, you know, all that.
I don't even need a self-plug. There you go.
So, all that fun stuff. We got Doomfist again with the Corn, but we also have UCM getting there faster than Grandview. UCM putting in all the stuff they can. Verlin charging in like the crazy man he is. UCM doing his best. Trey does take out Soren. Dex does boop off Rickless Morty. Agler taking out his counterpart in Vermlin. UCM doing their best to kind of contest the point. Deity just taking out all the turns that he can. Corn trying to get people booped off with environmental kills. Deity again just trying to keep everybody taken down. UCM is able to, again, kind of contest the point here and cap off on it. Agler pushing forward to take care of business. UCM solidifying and stabilizing on the point here, Spilo.
Yes, big flip. Even if you do lose this fight, it's going to be really expensive for Grandview. That's a lot of cap percentage.
Oh, very much so. UCM, again, into the contesting point. Grandview just bowling in. Agler does fall. UCM is going down one by one because of the sim turrets here. And Vermlin being the aggressive Reinhardt that he is. And so UCM does look like it's going to be a bit hard for him to hold on to the point here. DD Gaming, again, holding on to get as much percentage as they can. UCM, though, does fall, and they will have to regroup here. And so what do you do as UCM here, Spilo?
I mean, thankfully, this won't be quite as hard as the first point to retake here, but obviously the sim turrets in point, Doomfist lurking in your backline. Make sure that we're patiently taking care of those threats before we run onto point. Oh, look at this. They might find the Doom. They're going to find the Doom. Oh, they might have found him.
Oh, looks like they did. He said peekaboo. Deity is low on health, though. DD Gaming giving him a little bit of a boost there with his amp it up. They do see the sim turret, or teleported, my correction, and so they do get that down. UCM pushing up the choke here into one of the doorways. There is a Coalescence coming out on the side of, and a beat, and a freaking shield. UCM just backing out slowly, just letting all that burn out. Hammer down coming out from Vermlin. UCM, Deity does fall to Corn. Agler looks like he's a little bit low on health. UCM doesn't look so good, but again, Grandview just used a lot of ultimates to secure this point. Looks like Corn's going back to the spawn. Looks like he's going to try and see if he can get some trickle kills. He does. Gets Rickless Morty, and then Corn whips his way out of there. Angler says, no, you get your butt back over here, boyo. You ain't done with me yet. UCM does get a bit of a stagger kill on that, and so they have an opportunity here, right, Spilo?
Absolutely. I mean, the Corn's going to take a little bit to get back there. We've got 6 men. You've got several ultimates. It's clear ultimate advantage. This is UCM's fight to win.
UCM indeed, and then Agler has his Earth Shatter up and ready. Looks like an amplification maker coming out on the side of Red Polka. UCM Hammer coming out, but doesn't really get much on the side of Agler. Graviton Surge coming out on the side of Hidden. UCM has a little bit of the life-sustaining discus there. UCM just holding on to the choke here, doing as much damage as they can. Looks like everybody's back. Doomfist Corrin is back and doing some damage. Vermlin coming in on Agler, trying to do as much damage as he can. Vermlin does fall, though. Trey is down by the side of Corrin. UCM in a 5v5 situation. UCM again holding on to the choke here. Fire Strike going in. Guardian is low on health, but UCM just holding back. Can't really go in so hard right now. DD Gaming keeping everybody healed up and getting some speed boost in there. Agler pushing in, but there is a shield up on the side of Grandview, blocking heals and everything like that. Agler looking to see what damage he can do with a hammer here. UCM holding on as best he can. Corrin going in there. High New coming out from Rickless Morty. Can't get any kills on there because of the shield from Symmetra. UCM Trey going in for the steals, and Corrin again. Corrin cleaning up and taking out everybody on the side of UCM there, Spilo.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, UCM gave it a really good go, but unfortunately, Grandview just is able to once again get value out of this Doomfist flanks, and most importantly, Grandview's core chokes UCM out. They're not even able to walk through the choke without Symmetra Beam, spam from Moira, Reinhardt swings, all that stuff right up in their face, making things really difficult to break through that choke. So, great showing from UCM. Ultimately, we're going to enjoy this little play of the game here of a massive play from Rickless Morty. Good showing, but, hey, can we do better next map? Let's hope so.
Hopefully so, Spilo. That's hopefully what we're going to do in the next round here, folks. And with that being said, we're going to take a short commercial break, and then we'll be right back with the action.
Taylor Industries is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports, a family-owned and operated business.
College, you don't want a piece of paper. You want an opportunity. The opportunity to lead, to innovate, to transform. The opportunity to excel beyond what you thought possible. At the University of Central Missouri, your goals are achievable because we give you more support so your ambition faces fewer obstacles. Embrace your potential with the backing of 150 years of academic excellence, with undergraduate and graduate degrees available in Warrensburg, Lee Summit, and online. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
I am. Okay, let's get right to it. You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why?
I'm colorblind, so colors are really hard for me. But let's see here. I like blues, like a shade of blue, probably.
First game ever played?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PlayStation 2. First game I ever beat too.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
Any like 80s classic rock, anything like that. Probably like Thunderstruck.
What would the title of your book be?
Probably something along the lines of being distracted a lot, but somehow getting through life.
What would your last meal consist of?
Oh man, that's hard. I really like food. Some kind of like pasta meal, some like gnocchi, like little soft balls of like pasta dough. Oh, so good.
Okay, everybody, and welcome back. Looks like we're going to King's Row here, Spilo. This should be a rather fun match for UCM.
Oh yeah. Like we talked about it. I knew I had a big brain in here. At least one of us does. I was like, I called Brawl, I called Ryan, and look at this, 2 maps in a row. Now, who could have predicted that? But like ultimately, I think if you're UCM here, as long as you can deal with that Doomfist, you're confident in your supports, your DPS, your tanks lineup, the ability to take those Reinhardt versus Reinhardt matchups. This Brawly up in your face playstyle. I think it really complements UCM's strengths. And again, if we can deal with that Doom, you're going to make it work here. And I think UCM definitely has the tools to make it work here, for sure.
For sure. This is one of their favorite maps. They do enjoy playing it. But then again, who doesn't? Who's a default Overwatch player these days? Of course. Me personally, I like Hanamura, but I know that's like a controversial
No.
No. Hear me out. It's a beautiful map. and I can steamroll every so often as Ryan.
Oh, okay,
So,
I see how it is.
I got nice chokes. If I want to play Junkrat, I can like
Oh, you're one of those guys. Okay.
Yeah, dude, who needs to aim when I can spam?
Junkrat abusers on Hanamura. I don't know.
I mean, if it wins the game, that's what matters.
True. It's the same logic for cheating, though.
Okay. I don't think I was cheating, but anyways, looks like UCM here. Up on the usual brawl tactic here with Rickless Morty on the McCree. Soren switching off to the Ana here. Guardian still on the Symmetra. Corn on the Doomfist, of course. And so we'll see how much Corn can get done with Rickless Morty being on the McCree here. UCM being pushed back as best. Vermlin is down, but Nade is out on Agler, so he is not able to be healed up by his healers there. UCM being pushed up on, and looks like they're not going to be able to hold off onto the point here, Spilo.
No, unfortunately not. Like, again, a lot of Doom aggression kind of sets up that Rhine pin that immediately finds success for Grandview here. So maybe we see a retake here? Yeah, we do.
Oh, it looks like they are going to contest the point. Best they can. DD Gaming going on there, but Corn again taking care of business and removing the pesky bug on the wall. Kind of like in the anime that you see. Just throwing card doors all over the place to just stop the Genji and whatnot. So it looks like we're going with the typical kind of snowbally approach here. UCM did this once before, ladies and gentlemen, where they're just going to keep going and going and going because apparently this is how life goes. UCM is being put onto the back foot here. Trey is taken up by Vermlin's Fire Strike. UCM is going to have to just stay back on that point here. Guardian and Vermlin will be doing their best to kind of contest the point here. What does UCM need to do here?
I mean, crucially, they kept the Zarya high charge and alive, so maybe farm up that Graph and hopefully get a Graph win condition. But we're scared of the Nano Doom. I'm looking at this Nano Boost. I'm like, what is Grandview going to do with this?
This is very true, so UCM has got to watch out for that. And so hopefully we got the Graviton Surge now, so UCM has the opportunity here to kind of push it. Corn
they spotted Doom, though.
They did.
Big heads up from DD.
DD Gaming, again, being the best of what he is. Graviton Surge coming out from UCM. Application Baster coming out as well. UCM pumping in as much damage. Angler taking out his counterpart in Vermlin. DD Gaming trying to boop enemies into him. Guardian does take out the Red Polka, though, but Trey and Agler doing the work and taking out everybody else. Corn going in to see what all he can do. Agler says, no, brother, this is my territory. And so UCM doing their best. DD Gaming tormenting the crap out of Guardian there, and then finally he says, yeah, I'm done playing with you. He's like a cat with a mouse.
Exactly. I mean, that's what you get for playing Symmetra, man. Come on. But, like, really great job from them, from DD Gaming, scouting out that Doomfist, and then ultimately DD catching the Doomfist, the Nano Doomfist, and the Grav. And brilliant follow-up from all of them, guys. It was just brilliant play right there.
It was UCM doing their best with the communications and keeping up with everything. DD Gaming being able to call out what ultimates will be more than likely used in the fight here, more than likely. UCM holding into the choke area here. UCM, Graviton Surge coming out from Beat coming out. Meteor Strike coming out as well on the side of Grandview. Corn getting 20 to get DD Gaming out of the match here. Not really working out. Rickless Morty with a headshot onto Hidden. Dex taking out Agler. UCM again pushing in. DD Gaming going into the background here, trying to boop everybody into it. Trey going in for a freaking Death Blossom. Doesn't really have much there. It does get slept one out. Rickless Morty again taking out two people on his end. UCM doing their best to try and contest everything. Hidden onto the ball now, trying to get back on and keep the payload moving. Corn and Hidden are doing their best. Rickless Morty did flashbang that ball, but momentum, whatever. So UCM doing their best to try and contest the point, and it does look like UCM will be able to stabilize here, Spilo.
Well, I mean, brilliant. It was close. I mean, it was a game of inches. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have gone either way at any point in time. Thankfully, UCM was able to get staggers back just in time to hold. Big Nano coming up again for Grandview. Are they going to be able to hold?
Looks like Corn's coming in. Does get stunned. Rickless Morty has the opportunity. Can he get it? Can he get it? No, Corn does get back and get the area. Rickless Morty trying to do as much damage, but Corn gets the heals and whatnot. Boostio owes, it looks like, onto Dex. And so UCM looks like they can't handle the Boostio. Corn going in for a Meteor Strike here, looking for Red Polka. Does get him and take him out. UCM trying to hold the point as best as they can. Graviton Surge coming out from UCM. Trey doing his best. Agler coming in onto the Corn. And Corn survives through all of that because of Guardian's just high damage beam there. UCM trying their best to survive and contest the point for as long as they can to keep the timer up and running. But it looks like UCM will fall and not be able to hold the point there, Spilo.
It just breaks your heart. Like, just two fights in a row that come down to just millimeters, and it just somehow they find a way to squeak it out. Hopefully UCM keeps their heads up because, you know, ultimately, yes, it stunk, but you wasted a lot of time, and you are coming to this fight with a couple of ultimates available. Are they going to be able to make these work? That's the real question.
That is the real question indeed. UCM having to kind of get up here into the corner area, so this is kind of getting into last fight territory. We do have Grandview having a beat, have the shielding up, and then also we got Mines coming. Now, Mines coming out from hidden onto the area. Doomfist, Corn trying to bump people into the Mines. High New coming out from Reckless Morty. Does get Corn! And so UCM will have an opportunity. Nano coming out onto Vermlin. Shatter coming out from Agler. Death Blossom ready on the side of Trey. Beat coming out from Jax there. UCM doing their best. Trey does fall, though, to the Ana. UCM losing people. And so Vermlin falling down, though. Deity, again, holding his own as best as he can. Keeping Agler alive. Keeping his charge up as well. UCM doing his best. Beat coming out from DD Gaming to keep his tanks alive. Agler will be melted down, though, looks like. But Guardian is taken out on the side of that. Hidden does take out that. Agler, UCM, again, trying to hold on to the point. But they see 9, basically, on that point there. You got those dive tanks and that dive hero. 250 left on the clock if UCM can push it all the way. Spylo.
Every fight on, like, it was agony. Every fight felt like UCM was just inches away from pulling it away, and they were getting the trades there, but ultimately a big punch from Korn there at the end for basically forcing the C9, forcing the cart to be uncontested for the period of time to cap, and that's rough. You gotta take that to UCM. You take that on the chin, and you're thinking, man, we've lost 3 points, three minutes. That's awful. But ultimately, it's really not. Like, every single fight was just so incredibly close, and really could have gone either way. UCM clearly looking competitive, clearly looking like these guys are on par with them in terms of skill. But ultimately, we can win this game. I would just love to see them come out with this and with some confidence, and don't let the close fights that you lost get to your head, because ultimately every single one of those fights was so very winnable.
Wise words, Spylo, wise words. Hopefully they hear you from the great beyond as they're getting ready in the spawn room, trying to see what composition will work out. Reckless Morty doing his best. He was able to shut down Korn a few times on that McCree, but it looks like he's going to defer to the Sombra, trying to see maybe if he hacks out Korn from his dives, maybe that'll work out better. But I imagine he's just going to try and firm up that EMP. But we do see Guardian going onto the Torbjorn. It looks like this man, Guardian, likes his turrets, because he's either playing Symmetra or Torb, it looks like tonight.
Yeah. And noticeably, the Torbjorn also makes it hard to get hacks. Oh, well, I guess we're not playing Hack Hero anymore, so never mind. I was going to say it's going to make Sombra hard to play, but Morty's back on the Kree.
Reckless Morty is indeed back onto that McCree style, so I wonder, did he see Korn? Looks like Korn might be able to get in there and do some damage, but he is able to escape with his health, and so UCM does deter any kind of kill potential coming out of Korn, but Korn, again, looking for a flank potential here. UCM just waiting to get onto the high ground here, seeing if they can get everybody grouped together before they charge in onto the high ground on the other side to get that height advantage. UCM doing what they can. Bubble out onto Korn. UCM pushing in as best as they can. Agler putting up the shield, holding everything up so everyone can get across and everything like that. Deity getting onto the rooftop there. DD Gaming taking a lot of damage there onto the turret. UCM is just going to pump and probably take out that turret there, because they don't want to get any free charge up there for Guardian. UCM does take the high ground here. Looks like Agler is just kind of holding up and seeing. They're just waiting to see where they can go. So it's probably going to be up to Reckless Morty. Never mind. Agler says, I'm coming in, baby. And so UCM in on the point. Vermin doing a charge. Doesn't look like it's going to nade it, though. UCM got some issues there. Agler's going to die here soon. And he does. He falls. Korn getting in the background. Gets Red Poke and punches him out of existence. Korn, though, does fall to Trey. Trey doing some cleanup work there on his Reaper style. UCM doing a little bit of a reverse kind of push here. You got Deity, and it looks like DD Gaming on the back end here. DD Gaming does fall to hidden, though. Deity by himself for the most part. Is pulling Grandview away for the most part.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, so UCM does not look like it's going to work out. Deity will be probably trickled at this point unless... Nope. Okay, there we go. No. Oh, come on.
What's going on?
Oh, dang it. I don't know. It looks like Guardian just wanted to fight. He's a mad little dwarf, He doesn't like being insulted for his height, and that's what Russian ladies do. They insult you for your height, I guess. And so that's kind of what happened in that situation. He just took it out. And so UCM back onto square one with a bit of a trickle there onto Deity, losing the energy and whatnot. So UCM, what do they have to do to win this point?
I mean, you're going to have to try and make a rotation again. I'm scared about that rotate in the hotel, though. They're about to walk into a Doomfist.
Yes, Korn is waiting and excited, saying DD Gaming does fall, though, to that push there. Nano Boost coming in onto the Korn. UCM has got to watch out. He does punch into the wall, though, so UCM is safe. UCM just got to get out of there without the speed boost of the Lucio. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Red Polka is doing his best to kind of support it, and Grandview does let UCM hide behind the wall. So UCM will be regrouping here again, waiting to see if they can get the rotation. Looks like Korn going up onto the high ground here. You wonder if UCM has seen everything that's happening there. You got the Red Polka with his Coalescence, Deity with the Graviton Surge. Reckless Morty waiting to see if things are coming. Graviton Surge coming out on the side. Molten Core coming out from Guardian. UCM sleep onto freaking Reckless Morty. Korn taking out the Red Polka. Agler down as well. UCM again losing this team fight, it appears, and they're just going to have to regroup, Spylo.
And it's tough. It's tough. Again, that Doomfist doing work on the flanks, canceling the Coalescence and killing the Moira by himself. That's you got to hate that. Like that is rough to deal with.
Yeah, Doomfists are just so, so they're so cool to watch, but they're also annoying to play against. I know the Mr.
Exactly.
Baggins is having a fit right now for the fact that there's Doomfist in this game, because that's one of his least favorite heroes. He hates it with a passion. So this is going to be rather interesting to see UCM going in. Big slam coming in from Graviton Surge. High New coming out from Reckless Morning. Nothing about having out there. Going out there under the Meteor Slap. Trey going into the background. Does get half of the team there in the background. UCM capping the point. Korn and Guardian are the only ones left alive. Guardian's taken out by the shotguns and the beam of Deity. UCM does end up capping this point, Spylo.
Yep, I mean it was close. It took a lot of ultimates, but at this point you're thinking last fight, you might as well commit. You gotta win this fight. And ultimately UCM still got some ultimates online coming up soon. We got a Grav coming up soon, and most notably a Coalescence that should be available next fight. So this next fight is also very winnable. We could have 2 in a row. We could get some momentum going.
Oh, very much so. And it does look like Korn is switching off of the Doomfist to the Genji.
Ooh.
So it looks like we're going to be maybe seeing a Nano Blade in our future here.
Maybe that Moira swap a little too much for him to deal with. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see the swap nonetheless. I'm a little concerned about UCM's positioning here. We got 6 of Grandview right in front of their face, and we still have a McCree in the cart.
Very much
so.
so.
They're going to
So UCM is Graviton surging in. Trey marching in as best as he can, but the timing seems to be a little bit off. Colas is coming up from the side of Red Polka. UCM going in. Vermlin is down. Graviton Surge on the side of Grandview as well. Korn going in, taking out DD Gaming. UCM doing their best to kind of cancel out everything that's going on. Guardian burning down the shield. Agler's shield does fall and break. UCM just trying to see if they can continue the push here. Agler too low of health. UCM, again, trying to see if they can push through the point here. They're getting a little bit slower here. Deity just trying to slowly charge up. Korn is down on the side of Grandview, so you got that DPS potential. Beat is up. Torbold is up, and then Shatter's up on the side of Grandview. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Beat coming out. Oh, the ult's coming out. Basically, Vermlin holding on to his Shatter, see if he can get something juicy.
Oh, that's big.
Looks like,
that's big.
UCM does pull out all the ults, and they don't die to any of it. So UCM here has a little bit of an advantage into a kind of a dry push here. Vermlin still holding on to that Shatter, see if he can get something juicy out of it. UCM has got opportunities. It just means, can they get it to work out? Deity is coming up on another.
Do you see Morty? Do you see him? Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, Reckless Morty on the angle here. Can he get any kind of kills? Doesn't look like that. He's going to be falling back. Korn looking out for him. Vermlin, again, looking for a sick kind of Shatter here. UCM doing the best that they can. Korn, again, gunning for that Trey. Coming out, Graviton Surge out on the side of Deity, but he does fall as well. Vermlin taking out Deity. UCM trying their best to contest. Agler swinging off. And Beat coming out from the side of DD Gaming. UCM doing their best to try and finish off this point. Agler holding on to his ultimate, doing his best. He doesn't want to die with this. And so UCM trying to get the point taken over to them. Agler trying to fall back, but doesn't happen. Nano Boost coming out on the Korn. UCM is going to have to fall back. Reckless Morty is trying to see if he can get any headshots out, but nothing much happens there. Does get a deflect out onto Korn. UCM is able to kind of regroup here. Got 27 seconds, Spylo, to kind of cap this point.
My heart, every single fight, I don't know what's going to happen. At this point now, you're thinking UCM, we've got 2 ultimates, actually almost 3 ultimates. Can they pull this one out? Grandview doesn't have Nano, no Blade, no nothing.
UCM does have the ultimate advantage. Doesn't look like Red Polka is going to be boosting in with the Coalescence here. UCM doing as much damage as they can. Vermlin is falling, is taken down. Korn in the background. Torbjorn ult coming out as well. But Trey with the Death Blossom takes out 3 on the side of UCM. Now they just got to do a little bit of cleanup, and UCM will get second point. Spylo, I think Trey is vibing for something.
Disgusting. This man must want the Player of the Match award. I don't know. It's just kind of... Yeah, I don't know. That was just a great play from them. They didn't try and pop off, do anything crazy. They just played the game with the ultimates they have, and ultimately it worked out here. No pun intended. In terms of ultimates here, there's really not a lot on board here. We got a Beat coming out for Grandview. Uh-oh, Hidden's low.
Hidden is very much low. DD Gaming.
Mine is in.
Oh my goodness, Vermlin is going in there. Beat coming out on the side of Dex. Blade also on the side of Korn does take out Reckless Morty. Does look like UCM is going to have to backtrack a little bit here. Agler taking out Red Polka. Looks like UCM will be taken out a little bit here. Vermlin going in a little bit deep there, and then you got Hidden going in as well. UCM all back into spawn, waiting to see if their team can regroup here.
Again, Deity keeps charge. Deity keeps charge. It stays alive, and this is just so crucial because he's able to enter that fight doing more damage than normal. We love to see it, and this is where ult spike happens right here. This could be it.
Hopefully this does make it a turnaround for UCM. And we see Agler going in, pushing it onto Vermlin. Beat coming out on the side of DD Gaming. UCM pushing in his back. Shatter coming out on the side of Agler. Nobody gets really hit. And then Vermlin does fall with his ultimate being used. And so UCM is down at this point in time. Corn using his stuff. Headshots coming out. And then Deity Gaming is doing his best to try and keep everything together. Corn is out by the side of Deity. And then UCM just marching this payload down. Deity with the high charge. Hidden, trying his best to see what all he can do, but nothing much happening. Vermlin coming in with a charge. Coalescence on the side of Red Polka. UCM holding on to the point here. I see here a Tracer. Corn out on the Tracer now. Tries to even do any stall. Vermlin trying to see if he can stall on anything. Nade out onto Deity, but cleanses it with his own bubble. Corn Guardian's down in the middle of his ultimate. Trey doing work right now and just getting everybody dead. And so UCM will continue to push this point. Soren trying to see if he can cancel out anything. Agler maybe wants to turn around. Death Buzzer coming out from Trey. He says, I just want you all dead. Trey coming out. We got a stall tactic coming out here from Vermlin. Vermlin in the Baby Diva form. Ultimate form. No, it's not. Guardian down as well.
All right, Ton, we have got a match. We have got a match, my friend. Like, what a push there at the end. Just almost impossible to cast. So many great plays happening at the same time.
Oh, it was.
Grandview really making a great fight of it, but ultimately UCM just overwhelms with not only the ultimates, but also the plays when it counted. Really impressed overall with the ability Trey's been getting with these Death Blossoms, man. Like, just positioning himself at the right time, even with or without the Death Blossom, and putting out a lot more pressure. But, man, when he does have that ultimate, that's a tall order for Grandview to be able to deal with here. Speaking of tall orders here, do you want to describe what UCM has to pull off here?
Well, UCM here has to be able to cap the point No, they actually just have to hold off the point here to get a draw out on King's Row. They have to hold this thing for almost 3 minutes. So this
Misery.
is very much. That is our state. You are not wrong. That is what half of this state calls this place. Missouri. Yeah, you get it now? You get it? Yeah, clicks?
I get it. I get
it. Yeah. Yeah, I love my state.
Do you see Rickless Morty?
Rickless Morty is on the
madman.
Torb.
The madman.
He is the Mad Hatter. I'm very much intrigued. You know that Bite Me is on the bench just mad because he won't be playing the Torb right now because he loves that Torb play. So UCM really gunning hard for the Torb kind of deflection here. This is going to be really hard for UCM to try and deter. Korn is on the Widow at this point in time. UCM is just going to try and hold this corner as best as they can. So if one UCM player falls, Spilo, this is it.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. It's going to be close either way.
So basically, we just got to hope here that Deity and DD Gaming are able to control the thing. Symmetra's coming out here on the Guardian, but TP is taken out quickly before all this stuff can happen. Vermlin going in on the high end, and it does look like he does take a lot of damage. Vermlin does fall to the side of Agler, so UCM does have the man advantage right now, but can they keep everybody up? Agler getting in a little aggressive, trying to keep him up is going to be a tall order. Korn taking a lot of damage. Deity takes him out. Guardian falling to Deity as well. Deity here to play, and so UCM will continue to hold on to the point here, Spilo. That was team fight 1. We got like, what, 3 more?
Yeah, maybe. Korn. Do you see what Korn's swapping to?
Oh, no. Korn going on to the Pharah here. So the one who's going to have to be contesting that will be Rickless Morty, sadly. But we'll see how well it works out for him, though. DD Gaming, I have seen before, contest a Pharah in the skies with his great Reddit. Lucio plays. We'll see if it happens again. UCM holding on to the point here. DD Gaming does take a lot of damage here. They're trying their best to kind of contest the point. Vermlin taking a lot of damage. Vermlin falls. DD Gaming, Trey do fall as well during this team fight. UCM, again, trying to hold out. We still have Red Polka up and going. And Rickless Morty does take out Soren. Korn taking out the Red Polka. UCM has no hope. There's no heals. And then Rickless Morty doing some work here and there. He's doing his best. He's holding the point by himself at this point in juncture. He's on 20 HP. He's falling back. He's like, I need to heal up. He sees Korn. Korn fights him. DD Gaming coming in to try and see if he can take out some damage. Korn, though, does get the heal up. Trey saying, hey, lady. Get back over here on 2 HP. And does get healed up, though. Deity trying to keep his charge up and keep Agler alive. Coalescence coming out on the side of Red Polka. And UCM, again, trying to push in and see what all he can do. Beat coming out on the side of Dex. Shield as well. Nano Boost coming out. Everything coming out. Barrage is up on the side of Korn. UCM has to be aware of that. DD Gaming is holding on to that beat to contest all that. Graviton Surge on the side of UCM. And then big beat as well by DD Gaming. And then Rickless Morty's turn is down for the count. UCM, again, holding on to the point as best as they can. It looks like Rickless Morty's little bit of spam lava stuff here. Rickless Morty is doing things on Torb. Miracles do happen. 30 seconds left on the clock for UCM to hold this and draw this out. UCM doing their darndest to see if they can just contest King's Row.
One fight, Ton. One fight. Shatter versus Shatter. Do you see it?
This is the Reinhardt match we all wished for. We're gonna see who has the better Shatter, Agler or Vermlin. So let's see what all happens here. UCM holding onto the point here. Hitting going into the background is low on health. UCM, Cord back. Hammer coming down from Agler. He gets everybody. UCM contesting the point. Trey cleaning up, but Agler smashed down. UCM continuing to contest the point. Deity melting everybody with his beam. Trey cleaning up with shotguns. And UCM will draw this map. So, it's great. It's great. We didn't lose the map here, folks. We didn't lose the map, but we did only draw. We don't get a point. They don't get a point. So this is just kind of stalling tactics at this point in time.
But if you're UCM, you gotta take that. That was just what a brilliant hold. Like, not only a brilliant push, enjoying the Shatter. Can we just enjoy the Shatter? Agler has played pretty consistently well this entire series, but the two Shatters on those defense, that last fight there, and in this fight with the play of the game, it was over. Like, there was no way they win this fight, and then all of a sudden Agler just whips out the hammer and breaks the earth twice in a row. So really, really huge carry play from Agler there twice in a row, and ultimately Rickless Morty following off of it. But wow. What a tremendous clutch fight potential there on both ends of those fights.
Oh, for sure, Spilo. And we'll be back for some more here shortly after a short break.
Taylor Industries is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports, a family-owned and operated business.
Imagine opportunity. Got it? Good. Now pursue it. Choose the right college to cultivate it. Discover your passion, your talent. Now share it. Embrace it. Go global. Find support, network, build your team. Set a goal, work hard, achieve it. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate it. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Are you ready for the interview today?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. What's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
Well, I would probably try to keep some of the money for later, but I would probably buy a house.
What would be your superpower?
I would have the power to be invisible.
What would the title of your book be?
The Story of Marcus.
What would your last meal consist of?
I'd probably just have pizza as my last meal.
If you could cyber enhance one body part, what would it be?
My arm.
First game ever played?
I'm trying to remember now. It was a long time ago, but I think one of the first games I played was Mario.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
It depends, but I really like Weird Al, so I would have to say Elmish Paradise by Weird Al Yankovic.
You're a new addition to the Crayon Box. What color would you be?
I would say probably Crazy Plum.
Imagine opportunity. Got it? Good. Now pursue it. Choose the right college to cultivate it. Discover your passion, your talent. Now share it. Embrace it. Go global. Find support, network, build your team. Set a goal, work hard, achieve it. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate it. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Are you ready to start the interview today?
Might as well go.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
Car jam?
Yeah.
I don't know, anything EDM.
What was the first game you ever played?
That would be some Atari game. I'll go with Pitfall.
Who would narrate your life?
I'd have Cuss to do it from the Overwatch League.
If magic was real, what spell would you try out first?
Turn into a dragon.
Would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
Third arm would be way more useful.
What's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
An epic gaming setup.
Where's your dream destination?
New Zealand.
Where do you drop the line between soup and cereal?
No comment.
Fair enough. Describe your perfect day.
Playing video games, learning more about it.
If you were a salad, what kind of dressing would you be?
Caesar.
College, you don't want a piece of paper. You want an opportunity. The opportunity to lead, to innovate, to transform. The opportunity to excel beyond what you thought possible. At the University of Central Missouri, your goals are achievable because we give you more support so your ambition faces fewer obstacles. Embrace your potential with the backing of 150 years of academic excellence, with undergraduate and graduate degrees available in Warrensburg, Lee Summit, and online. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Welcome to the interview today. All right, ready to start?
Yeah, actually.
What's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
A car. Nice one.
What would your last meal consist of?
Fried okra. Probably main thing.
Where's your dream destination?
I always want to go to Alaska, see the northern lights. That'd be cool.
What was cool as a kid, but not cool now?
Those silly, like the bands, the silly bands that are shapes, animals and stuff. Those aren't too cool anymore.
If magic was real, what spell would you try out first?
Invisibility, I guess.
If you could cyber enhance one body part, what would it be?
Gotta be the gaming hand. Perfect game.
Who would narrate your life?
Me.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
I don't really listen to music, I just podcasts are my main thing, I guess.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are on Havana. Do keep in mind, UCM and Grandview did draw on the last map, so that does mean nobody gets a point, so it is still 1-0, and so UCM has the opportunity here to still make a comeback on Havana here, and that's going to be kind of interesting, Spilo.
For sure. I mean, I think the big thing is that I'm just happy that we're getting more gameplay. You'll never see me complain more about it. How about we draw 4, 5, 6 maps in a row? Let's aim for that.
Oh, jeez.
Not possible in this map, but I think the interesting thing here is that the Doomfist pick is not going to be quite as good. I don't think. I think with the open sightlines that you see here, a big brawly, tough guy hero like Doomfist might struggle just a little bit. I'm enjoying looking at how UCM is setting up a little spawn camp here. Do you see this, Ton?
Yes, and as I have told my team before, and I'll say it again, I disapprove of this tactic. I don't like the spawn camping, but whatever, you do you to win the game. Whatever, it's a pro strat.
Will they see it, though? Will they see it?
I don't know. That's
they don't see it!
Morty does get a wall up. Verblin, though, is taken down on the side of Agler. Hidden, slowly getting melted down here, and both tanks are down on the side of Grandview. So fine, whatever, guys. Your little tactic at the door worked. GG on you. I'm still going to roast you every single time you do it because I don't like it. But whatever, I understand.
Ton is just the IRL Reinhardt. Honorable combat only.
I am, okay? I'm not the young Reinhardt that's going to charge into all the bastions with my helmet off. But I like being... Oh, wall out again from Reckless Morty here. Taking out Verblin. Verblin with a pin onto Agler. Going into the background here. Agler is getting a little bit low on health, but no matter. He is able to try and help and get out Verblin. Verblin is low on health as well. He gets killed before he can get back to the spawn. UCM holding off top. Dex on the Mercy. Rezisorin. UCM doing their best. Reckless Morty again popping off and killing off. Oh, excuse me, folks. Taking out everybody. Corn switching over to the Echo, but yeah. I'm not seeing much happening here on the side of Grandview.
No, they need more damage than this if they're going to break the choke. If they don't want to play the brawl Ryan style, they need more damage. And right now, I don't think Mercy Echo is enough. You want more than that, and we're not seeing it right now. Even if UCM loses this fight, they've wasted so much time, Ton.
Oh, very much so. So UCM is doing their best to hold on to the point, which I do understand, ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason for this hold. But anyways, UCM does take out Hidden there, but at the cost. Reckless Morty goes into Iceberg here, trying to hold up to everything. Verblin is low on health. Agler is slept and on low health, does get a little bit of a life-saving bulb there, but then he does fall to the Verblin fire strike. Verblin with his Shatter Up, Corn taking out the Red Polka. UCM starting to slowly be trickled out of existence here.
Wow.
Got all the ults out. There is a hog on the field, ladies and gentlemen, on the side of Hidden. UCM being pushed back as far as they can go. They're going to have to fall. DD Gaming going back to hold on to his alt charge here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did say DD Gaming holding on to his Zarya charge. We do have substitutions here. Bite me in on the side of DD Gaming in on the side of Deity. Looks like Walmart called and Deity had to go back to work. So, UCM will be down one of their main roster tanks here, so UCM is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage with synergy for a few minutes, but I think Gravitasser's coming out on the side of DD Gaming. UCM holding on to the point as best they can. Vermlin is frozen. Blizzard coming out on the side of Rickless Morty. Corn falling back to see what all he can do. Deity and Agler trying to see what all damage they can pump out. Trey cleaning up as best as he can with those shotgun shells, and UCM does stabilize here, Spylo.
Wow, I mean, Deity on Zarya, DD Gaming, looks like both are confident. That was a fat grab and an easy follow-up with the main Blizzard afterwards. And again, the card stopped.
Very much so.
Old Eco is not looking so great for... oh, we got a little pause here.
We do.
But Old Eco is not looking great for Grandview either. Only 2 ultimates on board. And once again, UCM has the old advantage for the 3rd fight in a row. So this is going to be tough. And it's most notably the ultimates that Grandview have, the Valkyrie and the Earthshatter, are kind of like, well, if you see an opportunity, you can use your Valk. You can put out a lot of pressure. But the Earthshatter specifically, you either hit it or you don't. Whereas with Bite Me's, the Beat, we have the Reaper's ult as well, and obviously the Earthshatter to mirror. You can kind of use those whenever you want. So I actually expect UCM to win this next fight, and we're going to have a 4th fight on first point, and Grandview's got to be a little frustrated after that.
Maybe that's why they called the pause. I don't know, because there's nobody DC'd on the side of Grandview for there to be a call of the pause.
Maybe so.
But it looks like we are coming out of the pause factor here real quick. So we're back onto fighting and whatnot. So maybe technical difficulty. Somebody's mouse wheel didn't scroll correctly while they were rolling around as a Lucio. I don't know. So UCM is, though, back onto the point here. Doing the back. Shatter coming out on the side of Angler. Shatter coming out on the side of Trey going out there. He gets a 4K kill on the Death Blossom. And so UCM will secure the point. And so just using the right ults there. Trey really vibing today. And so...
Ton, you and I were talking about this in the break, and we were just saying how Trey's just impressed us immensely. And it's not just the Death Blossom. It's the amount of flank and angle pressure he's getting in these guys, baiting so much attention. I don't know if you were watching in the spawn hole, but Reaper was all up in the enemy on his grill over and over again, allowing them to follow up on the Reinhardt aggression. It was brilliant. It was beautiful.
It was very much so. Mr. Baggins working well with his players, trying to get them to understand the basic team dynamics. Trey learning so much. UCM having to push back a little bit here. Red Polka pumping out the amplification matrix to keep everybody up on the live. Adaptive Surfix coming out from Korn. Korn onto the Zarya here. UCM trying their best to try and take down what they can. Korn's going to be able to probably get his ultimate up and running here. UCM falling here and there, but doesn't look like Graviton Surge coming out on the side of Korn. UCM doing what they can. Agler does fall, though. So does Bite Me. And then, so it looks like UCM, looks like this team fight is a little bit over here. Korn getting his dupe and able to kind of just basically team wipe it all. Trey does get a lot of damage. He is slept, but I don't think he's going to be able to escape all that shield.
Using Simmel as well.
Yeah. So they're investing everything. Grandview is they're wanting to make sure they cap this point in overtime. But that's the thing here, though. They got them into overtime, Spylo.
Exactly. They got them in the overtime, and they used a couple ultimates to get them into the overtime as well. Like, obviously, Grandview does have a couple of ultimates still in the pocket here, but fortunately, they don't have to deal with that Symmetra ultimate, and as you said, a lot of time wasted. They've won the fight, and they still only have 2 minutes left here. So let's see if UCM can clean this one up.
Very much so. Rickless Mori trying to get hidden out of mech so that he can throw out his Blizzard to try and free up some space here for UCM, but it doesn't look like he's going to take that. Red Poke, it does fall, though, to a Fire Strike from Grandview. UCM down their big support healer. Graviton Surge coming out on the side of UCM. Blizzard as well. Doesn't look like Rickless Mori's going to survive through it, though. Vermlin does fall, though. Korn taking out Rickless Mori. Agler swinging a hammer, taking out an Echo? Sure, why not? Soren taking out Bite Me. Agler, again, trying to see what all damage he can do. Trey also trying to put out shotgun damage onto people. Doesn't look like he's going to get much, but does steal the health pack from Guardian. So UCM is falling back, and it does look like Grandview will win the team fight here, Spylo.
There's the Ash swap. That'll be interesting. That's probably the deal more with the Echo here, but crucially here, I think the big issue is there's a grab may only caught the enemy Reinhardt, so not quite as big of a grab as the last time. Still winnable, though. Both support ults and a Shadow coming up soon. We'll see how that works out.
Oh, very much so. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me. Amplification Matrix coming out on the side of Diva Bomb as well coming out. Rickless Mori does take out Dex there with a sick little headshot. Shadow coming out from Agler, taking out Vermlin. Vermlin is down on the side of Bite Me and Agler. Teamwork there. Core puts out an ultimate, but doesn't look like he gets succeeded. And, okay, Nano the Diva. Sure, why not? UCM trying their best to see what they can do. Rickless Mori just trying to coach gun away. Looks like he's able to still do some decent amount of damage. Agler, Rickless Morty just pumping out the damage as much as he can. Dynamite out, does get Guardian. all Bernie uppy, and UCM trying their best to see what they can do. And then Reckless Morty just holding onto the high ground here. Agler does fall in the meantime. By me trying to contest the point as best as he can. UCM does fall though with the point there. UCM, Reckless Morty saying, I'll take a chance at it. And so UCM, again, just stalling for time at this point in juncture. And so UCM will not stop them on this point, Spylo.
Frustrating, definitely frustrating. That fight should have been won by UCM. I think things have gone a little better there, but ultimately, again, more time wasted. Took a long time for Grandview to be able to win this fight, and ultimately, we're looking at a composition here that they might really struggle on third here. Symmetric, not exactly the pick that I would choose on third, so hopefully UCM is able to take that compositional advantage, especially with the only sniper on the field, and make it work. But oh, Symmetric flank, do you see that?
Oh yeah, Guardian going on to the side flank here. I think we understand why Guardian is sticking to the Symmetric, because he likes his flanking style. So
apparently
it might work out better for them than we thought, but Guardian is getting cornered and is being spam damage down, and Guardian will fall because DD Gaming says, get back over here. Trey in the background, caught out on his flank. Bob coming out on the side
Big
of
Bob.
Reckless Mori. Oh, but he slept. Poor Bob.
He'll wake up. He'll wake up. I'm counting on it.
Eventually he will. There
it
he is.
is.
He's up. Get him, boy! I love you, Bob! And so UCM, Bob takes out Hidden Baby Diva. And Trey taking out Vermlin. UCM does stabilize here. And so now Grandview has to figure out what they have to do next, Philo.
And you know what? They've got a couple of options here. We've got Hiding Death Blossom, Window, Beat, close to Grab as well as an Earthshaker. I have a feeling it's going to involve Death Blossom.
Oh, very much.
I've got a good feeling about Trey's Death Blossom so far.
Very much so. Graviton Surge coming out on the side of it.
And there it is.
DD gets him into the Graviton Surge. But is taken out by the Diva Bomb here. Corrin taken out by DD Gaming, though. Agler doing his best to try and do some stuff here. He does have Shatter out. He has the opportunities if he needs it. UCM, again, holding on to the point here. 22 seconds left on the clock for Grandview. UCM holding very well here on the corner here. DD Gaming holding out. Shatter coming out on the side of Agler, but Shatter coming out on the side of Vermlin. Nano Boost onto the Guardian here. And UCM doing their best. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me. UCM again trying to contest as much as they can. DD Gaming looking out for the Symmetra stuff. Vermlin charging into the thingamabobbles here. Vermlin again just trying to see if he can push forward. Agler doing as much damage as he can. Trey just pumping in all the shotgun shells, but I don't see anybody dying on the side. Guardian, though, on the side of DD Gaming does get a kill off on that. 4 people on the card here on the side of Grandview. UCM again just trying to contest. DD Gaming is low on the health pool. Does fall though to Hidden. UCM doing their best. Guardian is res though by Dex. UCM again. Vermlin coming in. Does get stopped by the counter shatter on Agler's side. Looks like Guardian has flanked around.
Look at Guardian.
Oh, Guardian's off onto the side here again. He's liking his little flank kills. Reckless Morty taken out by Corrin. UCM trying to see if they can just contest the card and kind of ignoring what Guardian and Corrin are doing in the background.
Oh no.
They're both. And then Multicore coming out on the side of Corrin. Again, to just kind of free up the space here. Self-destruct coming out on the side of Hidden. UCM taking a lot of damage here. Corrin taking out the red Polka with his splooge. UCM seeing what they can do. DD Gaming trying to... Hammer coming out. Solo shattering DD Gaming. UCM. Trey does take out people, but it looks like a Rez coming out. Agler coming on to point. Bob is here! No, don't you sleep my Bob! He is beautiful and glorious! Bob's back up and running. Takes out Corrin.
Big kill.
Big kill. Does take out the damage of Corrin. UCM trying to hold out as best as they can. DD Gaming, still in the spawn room here. But he's out on the ball now. Trying to see if he can contest as best he can. Bite Me. Trying to keep everybody healed up. Reckless Morty and Trey switching off to Solid Heroes. UCM doesn't look so good, but they are into overtime. Does get melted down. Guardian here just melting everybody around him. We see why he likes the Symmetra pick. He's obviously practiced this a lot in competitive or whatever. UCM having the issues of just trying to contest the point as fast as they can. UCM, again, continuing to contest here in the overtime slot. If they can continue to maybe get somebody to melt off, you can see DD Gaming trying to get his mines up and running. Reckless Morty swinging to the Widowmaker, trying to see what all he can do, but it does look like Grandview will capture the point here, Spylo.
Oh, man. It's like King's Row all over again. Every single fight can really just go either way. Ultimately, I really think it's Guardian's ability to get on these goofy flanks and these angles and just bait so much attention, not to mention the damage, but just wasting so much of UCM's time. Really shouldn't be able to get away with that as much as he was able to there, whether that was through the TPs, the turrets, or just simply the right clicks. But a lot of pressure put from there. What started off as a really great hold on first kind of snowballed here, and we saw them struggle to get value out of the Ash pick, struggle to get a little bit of value on second and third as well, as their comp slowly shifted away from Brawl and more into poke style. So I'll be interested to see not only what Grandview's strategy is here, but ultimately what UCM's counter strategy is here. So what are we, because you have to kind of react to what the enemy team is doing, right? You're on defense, you kind of dictate the strats. But on attack, you got to kind of see what you're given. And so I'm curious to see not only what Corn plays, but also what Grandview's total strategy is going to be here.
It looks like it's going to be a fairly interesting thing. Guardian going onto the Torb here because he only plays turn heroes, as we've noticed throughout this entire match, because he's either on Sim or Torb.
I mean, his name is Guardian, so I get, it makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point.
I just got that, by the way. I've been sitting here thinking, like, whipping out the dictionary, like, what does this guy's do? Oh,
yeah, what are they doing? It does look like, though, the Grandview will not do the same strat that UCM did, which is holding way up front, and so UCM will have a little bit of wiggle room to kind of push the payload up a little bit into the choke area here. So UCM sticking a little bit more on the Brawley comp. Rickless Morty going on to the Widow here to see if he can get kind of any clean headshot kills. Rickless Morty has been a little bit better onto the Widowmaker, but we do know from past games that his Hanzo is probably the best hero that he has. So I don't know if we'll see that coming out from Rickless Morty in this matchup. So it looks like he will be trying to take out the turret on the side of Grandview. UCM is slowly progressing. Rickless Morty just continuing to go on to some flanks here. We'll see if he can get any 6 headshots a little bit later on into the match. UCM holding on to the corner here, trying to see if they can get some progression done. We got Corn up and out from Trey. Trey doing some work there on the McCree. Nade coming out. Agler is no longer being able to heal. Echo is res, but DD Gaming does take out Dex. Hidden taking out DD Gaming. UCM now there's like so many people in and out here on life or death situations. UCM just trying to see if they can just get the point across, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold off on that. Nade missed, but it is hitting on to Bite Me. Bite Me is going to have to pull them back and around. They're back around the planter here. UCM back to being stable, but it looks like they are going to begin the pushing progress here. UCM, Trey getting Corn down again. No res on the side of Dex, so UCM doing their best. High Noon? No High Noon. DD Gaming and Agler and Rickless Morty going in and getting as much damage as they can. Looks like the Mad Swedish Man is going to be going in and trying to see what all they can do. We do see a shadow coming up on the side of Agler, and we still have Deadeye on the side of McCree here with Rickless Morty, or not Trey.
Ton, this might be a 5v6 too. I don't know if Guardian's going to be able to get back in time to contribute to the fight. We might just see an early High Noon here.
We just might. So you see him. DD Game taking out Corn. And Trey taking out Dex. Crusader hit by Agler. Hammer also out by Verlin. Verlin shatters, but doesn't get much out of it. We do have Guardian back on the tour, but it doesn't look like that's going to do much. Hidden taken out of Mech. Guardian down by Rickless Morty. And it looks like tonight UCM is able to contest the points. They weren't held to overtime on this one, so UCM got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to push us to the second point, Spilo.
Yeah, like a lot of extra time in the bank here. Hopefully that translates to second and third. Well, big eyes on Trey, though, getting those initial picks on a couple of those fights to give his team space to be able to push, and then ultimately closing out the fight, blowing up that Echo, even nano boosted. So are they going to be able to hold high grounds? That's the big thing here. Don't give that Echo too much space. She's got a lot of damage. So Rickless Morty swapping on the Hanzo for second, kind of the pick that you mentioned earlier.
Yes, this is his more comfortable pick, and we've seen him more consistent on it, which is kind of funny because he considers himself a hit scan specialist, but he hits more on the projectile. It's whatever. The man kills things, and I'm okay with that. Corn doing dupe onto Zarya. We'll see how many Graviton Surge he gets into the situation. Does look like Rickless Morty is going to be seeing if he can take out Guardian. Not much going to happen there. There is a DM coming out on the side of Hidden. Graviton Surge on the side of Corn. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me. Corn doing his best to see what all damage he can do.
Big shot.
Rickless Morty taking out Guardian in the middle of Guardian's ult as well. So no splooge on the side of Grandview here. UCM is able to continue the push up, and Rickless Morty and Trey doing work tonight as the DPS duo of UCM, Spilo.
Absolutely, and again, Rickless Morty really stepping it up. Like you said, they're getting that quick pick. That's a tough shot across the map there on that ulting Tor. Complete shutdown. I like this grab. You know what? I like this grab. You know what? No fighting fair. None of this, Taun nice guy nonsense. You got supports in a small room. You can win this fight. And I think the big thing here is like Taun is like, they're not going to get another fight here. This is it for second.
Yeah, no.
They've staggered and staggered and staggered. And I don't think, Echo. Maybe I spoke too soon, but we do have a High Noon. Come on. I believe Trey. I believe Trey.
Trey, we believe in you. High Noon! And Deadeye onto freaking Corn. Dex is out as well. Trey getting some headshots out and doing as much damage as he can. Throwing out the stun, securing the point here. UCM will get point 2, and the snowball continues, Spilo.
It does. And I think that's the best. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit of a trope when it comes to Overwatch, but it's absolutely true here. Little bit by little bit, one kill after the other, one kill after the other. And really, we've not seen more than really one team fight for each first and second point from Grandview. Both of the fights have happened afterwards where with men down, Really good job by UCM pushing the advantage, getting those additional kills here. You know, they're still in a pretty good spot here in terms of ultimates. The ults are actually almost even, despite them basically using next to none.
Oh, so true. The UCM does have their amplification matrix up, Shatter up, and online. They will soon have dragons as well, so we can have a Grav Dragon hopefully at some point. We do have Diva Bomb and Nano and Beat.
Ooh.
Beat coming out on the side of Dex. UCM shatters, but it doesn't look like you get much amplification matrix coming out on the side of UCM. Looks like they continue trying to get some damage.
Big
Oh,
kill.
big bomb coming out. Does get DD
Oh,
Gaming.
no.
UCM is down. There's Zarya, and UCM... Polka goes down to Korn. UCM has got to back up a little bit here, as you know.
Oh.
Vermont, SD's
That's not where he's
off the
supposed to go.
map. He says, oh, man, that's embarrassing. So UCM does have more of the man advantage. Payload is continuing to be pushed up to the center point here. UCM, again, with almost 3 minutes on the clock here. High Noon ready on Trey. Dragons ready on Reckless Morty. We're going to see what all happens here on those heroes. UCM getting that payload, if they can get underneath that overpass.
They've got a lot of ults, man. They've got a lot of ultimates coming up pretty soon.
UCM, they got to do stuff. Bite Me with his beat up and ready to save his team if need be. Soren taken out by Trey. Before anything can happen, so no nano boost at this point in juncture. Trey going on the flank. High Noon. Oh, does get stopped down by Soren, and he's taken out. It looks like Grandview will be able to win out with the ultimates here, so you just want to hope and pray that UCM can get out with either some charge or at least with their lives, but it does not look like that's going to happen. Team-wide battle.
Bite Me got pinned during beat. He lost his beat, a beat that would have shut down the entire defense, and it's gone. All's not lost. There's a Grav Dragon still available, and a pick by Reckless Morty showing once again that, you know, Ton always has good takes when it comes to hero strengths. You know, this might be a little bit of a cleanup, but again, you know, we're gonna be able to get that? Is Hidden gonna be able to eat it? We don't know. Let's find out.
It's gonna be very much a tight squeeze here for UCM. They still got maybe 1 or 2 fights left in them, depending on how long this team fight goes. We do have the Graviton Surge out and ready from DD Gaming. It looks like they're gonna just bait out the Symmetra roll, see, and they're gonna back up. They just gotta wait it out. Just gotta wait out this shield here. UCM waiting to see. We do have a Nano out ready for Soren to just planted on somebody. Reckless Morty taking some damage. Grav Dragon's coming out on the side of Reckless Morty. Does look like Dux is taken down. UCM Nano Boost out onto Vermlin. Korn taking out Agler with his turret. Diva Bomb coming out as well. Trey taking out Guardian. UCM continuing to try and contest the point here. UCM pumping out as much damage as they can. Does not look like it's a strong suit here. UCM, again, trying their best to hold on to things, but I don't know if that's going to work out well. Trey is low on health. He's trying to get out of there before he dies, but I don't know if that's going to work out. Trey does get bubbled out. He does. Trey survives thanks to the support of his tanks of DD Gaming and Agler, so UCM still has some chances to just hold back. They get into last fight territory here, Spylo.
I mean, Trey has been opening up these chokes or these little flank picks over and over and over again, and now he has the High Noon. Is he going to be able to make another play to carry UCM on this map? He's been done it again and again and again. Can he do it one more time?
He's got to get that Diva out of Shatter. We got Shatter coming out, but then we get shattered as well. Reckless Morty is down. Bite Me is down on the side with Korn. UCM, Multi-Core out as well. UCM having issues. Trey taking out Vermlin. UCM falling back, seeing if they can do any kind of damage. Trey trying to see if he can hit any headshots. UCM going back onto the point here. The Polka is down. UCM has no heals besides Bite Me at this point in time. This is the last desperation. Hit it down by a headshot of Trey. UCM, Trey going in. Try to see if he can take out Sword. Beat coming out on the side of Dex. UCM not looking good. Reckless Morty with a dragon onto the point. UCM trying again their best to see what all damage they can do. UCM just going to have to bump out. Bite Me in with a beat, and Vermlin takes out Agler. UCM again trying to see what they can do, but it does not look like UCM will be able to contest the point for much longer. UCM does fall, and then Korn again pumping out the damage. UCM is going to just begin stalling out onto this point here, and I don't think UCM will be able to stall out for very long. UCM looks like they will lose. Havana making this match point on the next one. So yeah.
It's tough, Ton. It's so tough. Again, so many fights that could have gone close. Ultimately, Vermilion really hit some 2 fight-winning Earth Shatters back-to-back, and fights that looked absolutely won for UCM. Trey noticeably, really, again, utilizing those flanks on McCree, opening up that choke. Not just his contributions, an obvious play of the game here, and not just his contributions on first attack, but just consistently throughout the map, giving opportunities for his team to break chokes and win fights that they had absolutely no business losing. Or absolutely had no business winning, rather. So I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Obviously, it is a loss, but it was a very, very close loss. Could have gone either way. And, you know, you're down 0-2, but it could not have been a better 0-2. You win a map in King of the Hill. You draw the next map, and you almost win the third. You got to feel good about this as UCM. It could be a lot worse.
This is very true, Spilo. It's been a lot closer of a map this round, folks, because, last week it wasn't very close at all. But we will be back with hopefully not the match point for UCM, and hopefully we'll see a turnaround, maybe a comeback, reverse sweep. I don't know. Hopefully something happens, but we'll be right back after these short messages.
Culver's is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports. Welcome to Delicious.
Imagine opportunity. Got it? Good. Now pursue it. Choose the right college to cultivate it. Discover your passion, your talent. Now share it. Embrace it. Go global. Find support, network, build your team. Set a goal, work hard, achieve it. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate it. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Ready to be interviewed today?
I guess.
Okay, well, let's get right down to it. What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
Just kind of whatever's on. I don't really pick.
If you were a salad, what kind of dressing would you be?
Probably ranch.
Who would narrate your life?
No one, hopefully. I don't know any narrators that are I guess the National Geographic guy, I like him.
Where do you drop the line between soup and cereal?
It depends on how hard the thing in the broth is.
You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be?
Pasty.
Would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
Arm.
First game ever played?
Probably the new Super Mario Bros. On DS. I think that was it.
Where's your dream destination?
I really like the mountains, so I guess kind of like Nebraska, Colorado kind of places, so.
You don't want a piece of paper. You want an opportunity. The opportunity to lead, to innovate, to transform. The opportunity to excel beyond what you thought possible. At the University of Central Missouri, your goals are achievable because we give you more support so your ambition faces fewer obstacles. Embrace your potential with the backing of 150 years of academic excellence, with undergraduate and graduate degrees available in Warrensburg, Lee Summit, and online. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
I am.
Okay, let's get right to it. You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why?
I'm colorblind, so colors are really hard for me. But let's see here. I like blues, like a shade of blue, probably.
First game ever played?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PlayStation 2. First game I ever beat too.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
Any 80s classic rock, anything like that. Probably Thunderstruck.
What would the title of your book be?
Probably something along the lines of being distracted a lot, but somehow getting through life.
What would your last meal consist of?
Oh man, that's hard. I really like food. Some kind of pasta meal, some gnocchi. Little soft balls of pasta dough. Oh, so good.
You don't want a piece of paper. You want an opportunity. The opportunity to lead, to innovate, to transform. The opportunity to excel beyond what you thought possible. At the University of Central Missouri, your goals are achievable because we give you more support so your ambition faces fewer obstacles. Embrace your potential with the backing of 150 years of academic excellence, with undergraduate and graduate degrees available in Warrensburg, Lee Summit, and online. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Are you ready for the interview today?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. What's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
Well, I would probably try to keep some of the money for later, but I would probably buy a house.
What would be your superpower?
I would have the power to be invisible.
What would the title of your book be?
The Story of Marcus.
What would your last meal consist of?
I'd probably just have pizza as my last meal.
If you could cyber enhance one body part, what would it be?
My arm.
First game ever played?
Trying to remember now. It was a long time ago, but I think one of the first games I played was Mario.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
It depends, but I really like Weird Al, so I would have to say Elmish Paradise by Weird Al Yankovic.
You're a new addition to the Crayon Box. What color would you be?
I would say probably Crazy Plum.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are on Temple of Anubis here for UCM and Grandview University. So, Spilo, what does UCM need to do in these situations?
I mean, it's going to be rough pathing through the chokes either way. So I've been seeing a lot of Trey flanks that we've been loving on the Reaper. I would love to see some more Trey flanks because I don't think, without that, I think you're going to have a hard time breaking choke.
Very much so. We do see a Sigma coming out on the side of Hidden here on Grandview, so it looks like a little bit of a weird double barrier method on the side of Grandview. Rickless Morty on the Sombra going off onto the side flank here to see if he can get some hexes. It looks like UCM will be taking a bit of the low ground area here to try and just get onto the high ground and contest everything. Torb Torrent does get a little bit of damage. Not much ult charge onto Guardian for that. UCM is up onto the high ground at this point in juncture. You have, you know, swappage here, so let's see if Obi-Wan wins this fight or if Anakin will. UCM ready to see if they will jump down from the high ground to take care of business. Corn on that Junkrat, as you said earlier. UCM will be having to watch out for that spam, but with DD Gaming on the Diva, we'll be able to eat up some of those Granados.
They've got the high ground, though. That's huge.
That's very much huge. They're going in and they're diving in onto Guardian. Guardian is taking a lot of damage there on his turn, is down. Bite Me, trying to see what damage he can do. Agler pumping in, trying to see if he can get a little bit of damage out. And we got a lot of abilities being used on the side of Grandview here. UCM hack out. Corn's hacked on the high ground here. Corn taking a lot of damage, but does fall back down to get his Moira heals from Storm. Coalescence out on the side of the Red Polka. UCM taking a lot of damage here in the fight. No Coalescence animations for you, ladies and gentlemen, so no particles, so we're doing good. UCM doing their best to hold out. Agler is down. Bite Me takes out Guarding. UCM in a man advantage here. Baby Diva form, ultimate form for Dylan here. And so UCM is doing best to see and contest the point. Hacked out onto Vermlin. Red Polka is trying to stay alive while the Hammer Swings are out on Vermlin. UCM is going to have to kind of fall back. They are a bit spread out here. Trey trying to do as much damage as he can on the Reaper. Riptire coming out on the side of great pulls and everything now coming out from the side of Grandview. UCM again just kind of holding out as best as they can. Blocked Tire. UCM Shatter coming out. Molten Core out as well on the side. Guardian doing some work here. Beat out on the side of Corn. EMP out. Shatter out. Nukes out. UCM Trey taking out 3 are down on the side of Grandview. UCM again trying to see how much damage they can do. UCM just covering up everything. Ruckus Morty and Trey on point tonight as DPS duo, Spilo.
Yes. I mean, crucially there, you see that the Baggins coaching kicking in. We're seeing the tight rotation up to top right. The Junkrat, what is he supposed to do about that? He's sitting on the floor. There's no choke to spam. There's no small area to spam. And ultimately, they just kind of win the war of attrition just based off the fact that Junkrat is sitting on the floor. So interesting strategy there. Really seemed like it worked well, and you have an opportunity here. You still have an ult advantage going into second. This could snowball very, very likely.
Oh, very much so. UCM is getting ready for this push. We do see Rickless Morty switching off of the Sombra into the Junkrat. We're going to be doing some spam battles here between the two powerhouses of the Junkrats here. UCM holding onto the main point here, just waiting to see if they can get an opportunity. Does look like DD Gaming is wanting to kind of push in there and get into the fight here. Trey looking for a sick little flank maneuver here. UCM doing their best. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me. UCM pumping in their Coalescence out on the side of Red. Fire in the hole, says Corn. And gets a 3K. UCM is going to have to probably fall back here. But Trey says, no, Dex stands there and takes it like a champ. Trey doing his best to see if he can just heal through it, but not going to happen today. UCM. That tire, though, from Corn basically screwed that
brutal. You know, Trey, some people go down fighting. Trey goes down killing. You know, thankfully just in-game, but still, like, he's a madman. Unfortunately, the attack took just a little too long, and they were able to build up that rip tire now, and the one advantage they have now is gone. This is going to be uphill from here on out from UCM. Can they do it? Can they find a way to minimize this Junkrat spam? I'm not so sure, honestly, Ton.
It's going to be very difficult on the side of UCM to kind of negate that because DD Game is really the best one to do that with his DM. But we do have to see if anything's going to come out on the side of UCM. Crusader Slam coming out on the side of Vermlin does get everybody down, basically. So UCM will be taking a lot of damage there. Hit in. Bumped up onto the high ground. Continuing to be booped by Rickless Morty. UCM continuing to try and contest the point as best as he can. DD Gaming taking a turn to the face so he can be respawned and everything. So UCM, again, that seemed more like a dry kind of gets your ultimate push here. Rickless Morty does have Tire up and ready.
Oh, we almost got him. I like what... Oh, we did get him. I like what I'm seeing, though, from UCM's DPS. We're tending to see them take a couple flanks, a couple angles here, knowing that if you stack a 6, you're going to just be giving the Junkrat on the enemy team a little more advantage here. So maybe we see another flank from Reckless Morty. Maybe we see another flank from Trey. It looks like we're going to. This could be big. Are they going to push with it? They are.
Looks like a big tire coming out on the side of UCM. Reckless Morty does get Vermlin down. UCM trying their best to contest. Coalesce is coming out on the side of Red Polka, trying to keep his team up and also do damage at the same time. Trey doing some more work on Guardian, taking him out.
Man.
UCM continuing to take on the point here. DD Gaming does take a lot of damage there. Trey with a Death Blossom onto the point. Not much to get done. Does get pinned on Vermlin. Does die. Crusaders coming out. Agler says it's my turn. UCM taking lots of damage. Red Polka on low health. Reckless Morty switching over to the Tracer to get back to point quickly. UCM continuing to do as much damage as they can. Corn doing as much work as he possibly can as a short little dwarvish Swedish man. UCM continuing to contest the point here and continuing to get tick percentage. Vermlin coming in as a charge. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me. UCM continuing to contest. Agler takes on Vermlin, torn down by the side of Red Polka. Beat, Shatter, everything coming out on the side. Course, what you do, doesn't matter. UCM.
All right, UCM. Ton, we're sleeping on them. They're our team, but we're still sleeping on them again and again. I mean, we love the play from the tanks, the supports. Everybody from UCM is playing top notch right now. But we're just gonna have to call it the DPS. Like these DPS flanks and angles, they're baiting so much attention and getting so many picks off of this stuff. Trey, again, a lot of attention. This man's playing a solo mission on Reaper and getting out scot-free again and again and again. You love to see it. And then, obviously just great team play and closing out that fight on a point that's very easy to stall. You can get sloppy, you can lose somebody, unfortunately, and then you just lose the entire attack. But somehow UCM, they stay in there, they hang in there, they clean up the fight. Some good play from Agler as well in the clutch beat at the end there by Bite Me. So just brilliant play. And capping Anubis at any point in time with any time is something you got to be proud of here. So the defense here, Reckless Morty on the Junkrat. What are your expectations from Reckless Morty Junkrat? You know this boy better than I do.
Well, his Junkrat is usually pretty stellar. Again, he claims to be a hit scan, but his projectile's better than his hit scan half the time. So, yeah. I mean, I like his Junkrat. It works out really well for him. Again, I'm a Junkrat enthusiast, if I do say so myself.
Enthusiast. I'm pretty sure that's what people normally call a psychopath, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I mean, you could say that too, but, I think Reckless Morty will do a great job here on the Junkrat. It just depends here what Guardian's going to do with that Symmetra, because we have seen him do really well with his sim teleportation. So where's that teleport's going to go here?
They could just bypass the choke. This could be scary.
Very much trigger, and he takes out Guardian! Reckless Morty's saying, baby, you ain't getting no portal on my watch. So UCM shuts down that quick little portal, so they are going to contest some time there on the side of Grandview.
Look at the ult charge and Reckless Morty already.
Reckless Morty already, got almost 40% there. We got going here. It is beautiful. UCM is going to continue to contest. Does give a little bit of ult charge to hidden there on the side of UCM, but it does look like they're going to be continuing to push in. Guardian not putting out a TP at this point in juncture, so it looks like they're not going to try and do a sneaky TP there, but the rest of Grandview has snuck up to the right side here. Looks like Agler and everybody else is just, hey, baby, come here. So they're going to ignore the point for right now. Verlin coming in as a charging maniac as he is, and so they're going to continue to contest that. Ragler says, yeah, baby, I'm here. We got hidden on point here, waiting to see if he can do anything else. UCM continuing to get onto point here. It does look like, Reckless Morty taking out Soren, and then hidden taking so much damage. Agler with his hammer saying, mine. Trey taking out Dex. UCM smelt blood in the water, Spilo, and went for it.
That takes so much confidence and so much discipline to be able to execute on a really high-risk, high-reward play there and to make it look easy. It didn't even look like at any point in time UCM had any doubts there. They are down one. Guardian's off of Symmetra.
Guardian is actually on something that doesn't involve a turret, even though we could count the storm arrows as turrets. Fire in the hole coming in from Reckless Morty. Looks like he's going to be gunning for something. Vermlin is down on the side of Grandview. Reckless Morty taking out 2 with his Reptire. Soren and Hidden are down. UCM is into the win conditions here. Corin taking out Agler with his tire. Not as good, but he does continue to take out a big part of UCM's lineup there. So UCM will have to be conscious of not pushing up too hard here. Corin in the side spamming here. And so UCM is going to have to learn to stabilize. Bite Me is taken out by Corin. UCM back into the stabilization here, Swilo.
And this is messy. This is really messy. You're concerned because UCM has longer spawns, so it takes them longer to get back to the fight. I'd love to see UCM take some high ground positions here and even give a tick if necessary. You have ultimates to recontest this with.
Very much.
As I
Hammer coming out from Agler. Bomb coming out. Nano coming out. DD does take out Dex with his Diva Bomb. We still have a Nano on Vermlin, but he's like, guys, I know I've been shifting in all night, but not right now, okay? I know I have the Nano boost. I know I have a little bit of an advantage, but I'm not going to do that. It's like, you know,
he
that's
knows
fair.
when he's met his match. He knows when he's met his match.
He's like, I'm not getting that ballsy tonight. So
all right,
UCM stabilizes against Spylo.
We've got a Grab Dragon on the field. Oh, no. Junkrat's down. That's so big for UCM.
Yeah, so DD is able to continue to pump it. Beat coming out on the side of Dex. Graviton Surge. Shatter coming out. Nade coming out. Dragon's coming out. Death Blossom coming out. Guardian is doing work now. UCM Trey is trying to do his best to try and contest everything, but I think UCM is going to not be able to hold on to this point here. Corn taking out Trey here. UCM is all wiped out at this point in Juncture Spylo.
And really, Vermilion just uses that Shatter to confirm that Grab Dragon. No Diva Eat if you're on your back. And ultimately what was a very winnable fight is just barely squeaked out by Grandview. Still a hold we could see in second. Rickless Morty coming up close to that tire. Coalescence on the field as well. And ultimately, that was a lot of ultimates used by Grandview. There is a Rip Tire. It might be a battle of the Rip Tires here. I'm honestly a little scared. This is going to be scary no matter what way you fight it.
Rip Tire coming out on the side of Corn to see if he can hunt down and find some people. And they did find Corn. DD Gaming is demeched at that point by the tire. UCM continuing to push up. Agler looking for some assistance. Probably Trey taking out Corn. Coalescence coming out from stuff. Trey doing some work. Rickless Morty with a tire out. Looking to see if he can find something juicy. Trey does seem to be in a dangerous position. Rickless Morty taking out Dex. Vermlin taking out Red Polka. Trey falling back into the side here. DD Gaming on the Baby Diva trying to take some people down with him, but doesn't look like that's going to work out. Hidden taken out. Soren taken out by Rickless Morty. UCM continuing to stall out on this point as best they can to continue to hold it. Rickless Morty continuing to pump out the damage. UCM basically stabilizes at this point, but Hidden does escape with some charge.
Yeah, it does escape with some charge, but ultimately the 2 CP thing, it takes a long time for you to come all the way back from your spawn, and UCM does make the trades as necessary. Trey crucially coming up with a Junkrat and the Reinhardt kill right when this team needed it. That's a big kill.
Rickless Morty falling to Corn. So UCM is down the spam burst potential here. Vermilion with the Shatter up and ready. He's waiting to see. We do have Agler waiting to see if his ultimate will be of any worth. So he's waiting to see. Hammer coming out. Does seem to get at least one of the supports there on the side of Grandview, but doesn't really work out so much. UCM, again, just getting wrecked out here. So UCM will be into a bad fight territory. Hidden! Puts it out there, but DD Gaming says, yum, 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 in my tummy! I'm the Cookie Monster! So UCM will continue to hold this point. DD Gaming coming in clutch.
Brilliant eat, and Trey comes with the cleanup, smashing the Reinhardt, who is trapped on point right in the mouth, and then the follow-up afterwards. Big combo there from all the teams. Eat and the bomb, Trey mouse one right down the middle of the choke, and that was an opportunity. That was really Grandview's fight to win right there, and they have to start all over again. They do have a Rip Tire, but so does Rickless Morty, and Rickless Morty's like, my tire's bigger. I can go a lot faster. You just wait.
Just wait for it. We do see Hidden switching off onto the ball here just to try and see if we can do some more contesting. We do see DD Gaming demeched and everything from the tire here. UCM pushing in. Red Polka trying to see if he can keep people up, but Agler will be knocked out. Vermilion taking out a lot of damage here. Guardian taking some damage as well. Vermilion just doing so much damage. Red Polka popping out, getting out some heals as best as he can. Bite Me Dex doing a little bit of battling here onto the point. Red Polka hiding, keeping everything into sight here. Rickless Morty trying to see what damage he can do. Trap is triggered onto the ball here. Agler coming in and charging it. Trey once again. M1 mouse clicks.
Ton. I gotta interrupt you. Rickless Morty lost his Junkrat tire to the enemy's Junkrat death mines. In other words, enemy Junkrat died and dropped mines that accidentally fell onto Rip Tire. Somehow he keeps it together. I would be boomed after that. And,
and Corn does take out Bite Me, so, you know, Corn is doing a little bit better under some of the Junkrat aspects. Corn does take a little bit of damage there. Rickless Morty back onto the 80%. Corn doing as much as he can here to try and see if he can flank. Does get healed up. UCM having into life territory. Agler is low on health. Trey is ready. Hammer coming out on the side of Vermin. Agler putting out a hammer as well. UCM beat coming out on the side of UCM. Death Blossom on the side of Trey. Trey taking out Dex and Corrin. UCM has an opportunity here to continue. Guardian taken out by Trey as well. UCM continuing to push in and continue to keep things contested. UCM is going to get some stuff done. Mines are out, but I don't think that's going to be enough here. Hit him, kept in the spawn area, and UCM will take the map. UCM.
I never doubted.
Never doubted. We never
doubted.
doubted.
Never doubted. Absolutely brilliant play. Again, from all of UCM, huge grab, eats some brilliant shatters. Trey comes in.
Oh, Rick was running with that. Highlight steal. Highlight steal.
But truly, like a big EMP here. Like, give credit to Rickless Morty. The man I made fun of for getting the solo EMPs. Not today. But ultimately, like we talked about earlier in this match, where it felt like Corrin was really dictating the tempo and really dominating the match with his DPS play. Not anymore. I feel like the UCM DPS have really kind of said, hey, excuse me, we're in this match. We're going to be dominating this match, and we're the best DPS in this lobby. So it certainly is feeling like it the last couple of maps.
Oh, yeah. It's like, hello, housekeeping. So UCM will continue on in the series. We have a hope. We have a dream, ladies and gentlemen. So don't miss out. We will be right back after these short messages.
Taylor Industries is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports, a family-owned and operated business.
I'm going in.
Imagine opportunity. Got it? Good. Now pursue it. Choose the right college to cultivate it. Discover your passion, your talent. Now share it. Embrace it. Go global. Find support, network, build your team. Set a goal, work hard, achieve it. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate it. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Are you ready to start the interview today?
Might as well go.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
Car jam?
Yeah.
I don't know, anything EDM.
What was the first game you ever played?
That would be some Atari game. I'll go with Pitfall.
Who would narrate your life?
I'd have Cuss to do it from the Overwatch League.
If magic was real, what spell would you try out first?
Turn into a dragon.
Would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
Third arm would be way more useful.
What's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
An epic gaming setup.
Where's your dream destination?
New Zealand.
Where do you drop the line between soup and cereal?
No comment.
Fair enough. Describe your perfect day.
Playing video games, learning more about it.
If you were a salad, what kind of dressing would you be?
Caesar.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this electric series we're having here against UCM and Grandview University. We're on Busan now, back to control. So, you know, I believe we lost the last control one on Li Jiang, so this is not looking good as a map advantage for us, Spilo.
I mean, it's a different map, well, similar map series, but different map type. In other words, we've got Busan, completely different map architecture, different heroes, different compositions potentially. We spoke about some of the strengths of Busan as a map is the open sightlines. Now we are on Busan downtown, which is not quite as open as the other 2 points, but you know, there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of different compositions from either team here. We're seeing Korn, looks like he's locking the Doomfist in spawn. Maybe we see more of that. I'm a little concerned. Last time we saw Korn on the Doomfist, things didn't go quite so well for UCM. Looks like they might be ready with a Summer pick, but we'll see how they play around it.
Oh, for sure here. And we see Guardian on that Hanzo again, so no Symmetra, no Torb at this point in time. UCM's going with the Ryan D.Va composition here. D.Va being able to move around and see what all is on the point and everything like that. UCM is going to just continue to march down the center here. UCM going to hold this petition area there. Korn coming into the back line here. He is getting bubbled. UCM is in trouble with some danger there from Korn. Rickless Morty going in. It does get the hack on Vermilion. UCM has an advantage, and they're diving in. The red is going to see if he can heal up and keep his team up and alive. Agler taking lots of damage there, taking all the heals from the red Polka. UCM, again, just taking so much damage. Agler does fall, though, in the middle of that team fight, so UCM is in a bit of a issue-matic state here. Bite Me is able to take, is not able to save DD Gaming. UCM does not look like they're going to be able to continue to get this point. Bite Me is taken down. UCM loses the team fight here, Spilo.
Unfortunate, and it really looked like they had an opportunity to win it once we saw Grandview commit and just quit and run to point. But the unfortunate thing there is UCM got a little bloodthirsty. They ran down to point with them when they should have taken the high grounds away from them, ultimately basically fighting Grandview on their level. Oh my gosh.
And then
what was that?
Korn and Rickless Morty, as we saw, were just having a little bit of a staring contest to see who could chicken out first, and it was Korn, basically, because Rickless Morty didn't move.
Man's got a fifth.
I mean, but Rickless Morty didn't move, so he won the game of chicken in my book. So UCM into a bit of a disadvantage here, but they do have Coalescence up and running. Korn going in with the Meteor Strike. We'll see if he's going in for a kill or if he's just retreating. Looks like he's just falling back into his back line here. UCM looking to see if they can contest or get back onto the point line here. Throwing out an Orb of Discord here. Coalescence coming out on the side of Red Polka. UCM going in for the hit. Agler blocking the Shatter on the side of Vermilion. UCM trying their best to get back into this fight. Agler taking lots of damage. Dragons coming out on the side of Guardian. Dex is hacked on the side of Rickless Morty. Rickless Morty is a little bit low on health. UCM, DD Gaming with a palm on the Soren. Beat coming out from Bite Me. UCM, again, trying their best. No, that's not Bite Me. My apologies. Dex with the beat. Bite Me has yet to get his up right now. Guardian, low on health. Agler taking out Hidden. UCM pumping in as much heals and damage as they can. Dex falls to the hammer of Agler. UCM continuing to see if they can get the point, and they do. They capture the point here, Spilo, and it looks like there's just a little bit of cleanup duty.
Big. That was really big, and most importantly, you still have your really important ultimate still available. That EMP, the beat, and also the Coalescence is going to be building up right quickly again. So maybe we see a hold here. This is not going to be easy for Grandview to come back into. They don't have the ultimates they need. They have Grav, but don't have the Dragon. There's a Nano Doom.
Nano Doom coming in. UCM trying to do their best. Big Shatter coming in on the side of freaking... So there's just not much happening here for UCM. It's getting very dangerous. Agler, though, with his Hammer of Doom and Despair, is able to take a lot of damage out there. Sorry, folks.
Everything goes wrong for UCM there, and Agler just pulls it right back.
Yeah, he just pulled it out of his hat. True Reinhardt soulmate there. You charge into the Bastions, you call it good. So UCM back into a holding point here. We still have, there is a Grav Dragon and Meteor Strike on the side of Grandview here. UCM with the EMP, and EMP activated. 5-man EMP, but the Graviton surges out by Vermilion, but Agler says, funny guy. It takes out everybody, and UCM will solidify this point. And man, Rickless Morty definitely showing you up on you roasting him for his EMP.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that my roasting worked. That I get full credit, right? I get full credit. But I mean, really crucially here, the Grav is used, but you don't need to beat if there's no follow-up. And they have Hanzo, they have the Doom ult, but you have a beat for it now. There's no Grav Dragon. Can use beat for any one of those two DPS ults. There's a bomb engage.
Oh, definitely. Hammer coming out
And a
from the
big
side of
shatter.
Agler. And DD Gaming does get Vermilion down. UCM again into a position of where they can do a lot of damage. Vermilion is down on the side of there. I'm getting confused because Vermilion is usually the Reinhardt here. Hidden and Vermilion switch slots on me, and I stuttered because I'm just so lost of what the flip's going on. UCM again solidifies this. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to contest. Hidden trying to be sneaky with a charge. Does get the overtime tick in a. Dragons coming out. Agler is knocked down by the Dragons. UCM, this is not looking good. Tracer's out on the side of Corn. UCM beat coming out, and then looks like Grandview is trying to get back into it. Nano onto Vermilion. UCM again trying hack onto Vermilion. UCM Trey trying to get as much damage out, but does fall to it. Beat coming out on the side of Grandview. Grandview pouring everything they have into this team fight, and it does look like Grandview will take the point back.
What last fight situation here for UCM. So in dire straits, but you do have your EMP and you have your Coalescence. You really only need a good EMP and the fight should be over. Can they be able to pull this out? If this is their fight to lose here.
Oh, definitely. And we see Corn on the Tracer, so we'll see how much of a pain in the rear that is. Coalescence coming out on the side of UCM, trying to keep a Hammer coming out on the side of Grandview, going in on the thing there. Hidden, just getting pinned back and forth. And whatnot. Agler taken out by Corn, though, before he can finish off the pin. Oh, Pulse Bomb's coming out. EMP out on the side of Red. And so UCM does get 2 out, but not much of a cleanup there. UCM, again, trying to push and see what all they can do on the point here.
Oh,
Trey takes out 2 with his Death Blossom. UCM, again, Bite Me, trying to see if he can be like, and he boops his counterpart, Lucio, almost into the abyss. UCM into the overtime slot. Does get them dead. UCM, just a little bit tick. UCM will win part 1 of 3. Against Grandview.
I was pretty sure, Ton, that we disabled cheats in this game right here. Like how come we're allowed to win team fights and we should have no business winning? Trey with the Death Blossom, just 2 free kills. Absolutely pressing a button and he activates the aim hacks and instantly just gets 2 kills. And what really should not have been a 1 fight, really scuffed play from there in the UCM. You got to be unhappy about that retake, but ultimately Trey just says, you know what, guys, we scuffed that up a little bit, but I still think we deserve the win and pulls it out of there. So great job by Trey. And interestingly enough here, I don't think Corn can play Doomfist on this map. He's on Tracer, so how is he going to function on a hero that's not Doomfist? Let's see.
I guess we will see. The few minutes that we saw him play there in the last map, it was fairly impressive, and so we do see Reckless Morty going on to the McCree to just contest the Corn Tracer pick, because I guess they're guessing that Guardian is back onto a turn hero that we're comfortable with, so everything's right in the world right now on the side of Grandview, probably more than likely. UCM up into the gong area here with the big old drum. UCM is trying to just keep themselves hitting Corn into the background, trying to see what they can do. Recall is out on them. Trey is low on health, though. Dex is down, and Dex takes out Trey, though. Red is down as well. UCM losing 2 crucial members of the crew here. DD Gaming going in there to try and contest the point. Bite Me trying to heal up 2 tanks. Not a lot of stuff you can do there.
No.
Reckless Morty falling to Guardian. UCM again trying to do their best. Bite Me trying to contest the point here with just hopping around the drum. But Corn finds him with a little bit of Tracer just spam, and yeah, UCM loses that team fight. Spylo.
Yeah, that should not have happened. Corn is able to sneak up on Polka and just light him up. Usually you don't see a Moira lose that easily to a Tracer. And so Corn making me eat my words. But UCM still up, opportunity to retake this here. A little bit concerning that you're so low in ult charge, though. It's going to be a little bit of a rough on a retake.
This might be a little bit of a dry push for him. Reckless Morty is taking a lot of damage from the Corn Tracer. It looks like UCM is just going to have to just work through that. Reckless Morty staying on the hunt here for Corn's Tracer because he has an idea that it's going to come through as a flank. He's going to try and do his own little flank pokehole here. He does get a little bit of clip damage from Corn, and she is back, and so UCM is going to try and contest the point here with what all they got. DD Gaming does take out Guardian, so UCM is able to continue that. Is stuck. DD Gaming goes up into the sky so nobody else dies to it. Dex is down. Vermilion does take down Trey, and DD with a big hammer. UCM, he's nano boosted. UCM trying their best to do some stuff. DD Gaming doing everything in the world to continue to contest stuff, but Hidden with that nano boost is just doing so much damage. And Vermilion keeping him alive. DD getting out of there with 22 HP. So
yeah, you hate to see it. You just hate to see it. It was a very 1 fight. It's just unfortunate they just clutch it with a nano shatter. And good stuff from Grandview, but UCM, you got this. You got this. You got the ultimates in the bank now. Crucially, we don't have Grav on the table yet. No nano, no shatter. This is a very winnable fight. Can UCM pull it off?
It just depends on what Guardian does with his splooge here and see if that will shut down anything. UCM, again, coming down the stairwell here to do more of a 1v1. Reckless Morty going back onto the high ground. Vermilion and trying to keep everybody up alive. High Noon coming out on the side of UCM. Takes out Vermilion. Dex putting out the beat before he dies. UCM, though, does get 3 down, and that is going to probably be a team fight win for UCM. It does look like it on my viewers. Excuse me, Reckless Morty getting a little bit of damage out there. Trey doing work as well. They're looking for that pesky little Tracer, but she runs away to find a health pack. UCM does get the cap back, but they can't lose again, Spilo.
Yes, but crucially, Bite Me holds on to his beat. He doesn't use beat despite despite Torble and the things in the little chaotic there. He holds on to his beat. So Vermilion can't just walk out here and grab and be like, oh, he's a team fight win. There's still a defensive hold here.
Hammer coming out on the side of Hidden. Vermilion with a shatter. Beat coming off on Bite Me. UCM doing the best. Trey is slept, but Bomb coming out on the side of DD Gaming does take out the thing. Trey taking out Guardian. Death Blossom coming out on the side of Trey does take out Bison, but you know Soren is down, but UCM again taking out Hidden. UCM capitalizing on this red, and DD doing all the work. DD Gaming pushing up forward, and UCM solidifies and stabilizes in this team fight.
A game of millimeters. This one was a game of single digits. Bite Me drops to almost, I must have been 20 HP before that beat goes off, and just unbelievable clutch. Now, I'm a little concerned, though. Nano Ryan's going to be back on the table here, and there isn't a lot for UCM to deal with it. How are they going to cope with this? I'm curious.
I am too, and so we'll see
Shatter
how
as well.
UCM. Shatter coming out from the side of Agler. He does get a couple, maybe. No,
that'll do it.
Reckless Morty taking out a few. Coalescence out on the side of the Red Polka. UCM continuing to just capitalize on everything. Corn taking out Reckless Morty. But, I mean, you know, a little bit of a stagger onto a McCree, I guess, isn't terrible. Depends on if Corn's going to be going back and just spawn camping our dudes. Dylan says, nah, I'm not going to let you do that. Stop it. Stop recalling, bro. Get over here.
You know, this could be big as well. That could be it's really big because this fight, they have no ultimates here. And that just bought them maybe a little more time to buy up some ult charge, maybe for that High Noon, maybe for that Diva Bomb. Because if you look at Grandview's ult bank here, this is really scary if you are UCM. And maybe just buy yourself a little bit of time there. I want to see a big High Noon from Reckless Morty. Are we going to see it?
Looks like a High Noon coming out from UCM. Will he get anybody with it? He's waiting to see what all he can get. Does get some, but not able to get through the Hidden Ryan shield there. Does get a shot onto Hidden. Does fall back. Looks like UCM. Bomb coming out on the side of DD Gaming. Doesn't look like he gets much out of it. Soren is down on the side of Trey. Trey trying to do some work. And UCM is continuing to kind of capitalize on it. Trey and Bite Me doing some damage. Beat coming out on the side of Grandview to keep everybody alive. Can UCM continue to hold on to this? Corn taking out people. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me. Says, nah, guys, I got to beat too, bro. And so UCM continuing to hold on what they got. DD Gaming doing the majority of the damage here to try and contest the point. UCM continuing to just hold on to what they got precious to them. UCM does take out Guardian there. UCM continuing to contest this point, and it does look like UCM is going to hold on to something. Does get DMAC'd on the side of DD Gaming. UCM, though, I do believe is back into some kind of full force here and whatnot. Agler doing the swinging damage as much as he can. We do see a ball Hidden doing stuff. Trey coming out with the Death Blossom. Does a little bit of damage. Reckless Morty out on the Tracer here getting Soren down as well. UCM continuing to just kind of contest the point here. This is it. UCM, you got to capitalize here or now, or it's never. UCM taking out Dex. UCM continuing to do. Hammer coming out. Agler taking out Hidden. Guardian down. UCM got the overtime click down. Up, comes back up because of Corn coming in. TV. And UCM will take this map. It is tied up. The series, ladies and gentlemen. UCM and Grandview tied 2-2 in this matchup.
This is rigged. You asked me to cast. You asked me to cast the greatest match that we're going to see here. An actual draw, 2-2-1. And honestly, man, great play from. We've been complimenting the DPS a great deal, and for good reason. But DD Gaming, man, some clutch stagger kills, some really, really clutch pressure from Ingles. Great job chasing down the Tracer. The great job on the pulse heat and the cleanup at the end. Not to mention the bomb kills as well. So really just phenomenal stuff from UCM as a whole. They're whipping out that second map win. But I wanted to call out DD Gaming in particular for the great play. And is that it? Are we calling it there?
I don't know, Spilo, because to my record, it's tied 2-2.
It is, but I'm seeing GGs in match chat here. I'm a little confused.
I am too. We'll figure this out, folks, and we'll either be back with the Taylor Industries post show or we'll be back with another map. Who knows? We'll see you on the other side.
Culver's is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports. Welcome to Delicious.
Are you ready to start?
Yeah, actually.
What's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
A car. Nice one.
What would your last meal consist of?
Fried okra. Probably main thing.
Where's your dream destination?
I always want to go to Alaska, see the northern lights. That'd be cool.
What was cool as a kid, but not cool now?
Those silly, like the bands, the silly bands that are shapes, animals and stuff. Those aren't too cool anymore.
If magic was real, what spell would you try out first?
Invisibility, I guess.
If you could cyber enhance one body part, what would it be?
Gotta be the gaming hand. Perfect aim.
Who would narrate your life?
Me.
What's your favorite car jam to listen to?
I don't really listen to music, I just podcasts are my main thing, I guess.
Are you ready for the interview today?
Yes.
Let's get right to it. Would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
I could rather have a third eye.
What would your superpower be?
Probably telekinesis.
If you could cyber enhance one body part, what would it be?
Probably would be my arms.
Where do you drop the line between soup and cereal?
Cereal. Probably, what you put in it, like crackers and stuff.
If magic was real, what spell would you try out first?
I would probably do a food spell.
Do you have a secret hidden talent of sorts?
No, I just got diabetes.
What was cool as a kid, but not cool now?
Probably sleep.
Who would narrate your life?
Morgan Freeman.
Describe your perfect day.
Okay. Relaxation and video games.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are on Eichenwald, your hybrid map here, and so UCM will be in the running. This is tied. This is match point, and so, Spilo, you came on to a juicy one.
I apparently, again, I'm going to take full credit for this one. I inspired it. They just knew they're like, oh, we got to play like it's life or death right here. But 2-2-1, you can't get a crazier timeline, especially with what is theoretically a reverse sweep on the line. Yeah, I mean, it's just unreal. I mean, this is obviously not UCM's map choice here, so hopefully they have some good strategies here. Do you see what I'm seeing? I'm seeing some Reaper May. I like what I see.
I'm seeing Reckless Morty back into May jail, just like he was last season. He was so happy about that, just like,
I'm sure he's thrilled.
Oh, he's so thrilled.
He's a hit scan player, right?
Exactly. He's the hit scan player, so he's hyped being on the May, so it's gonna be good times,
Fair.
So I mean, we do see Guardian and Korn going to their traditional, Sim Doomfist matchup here. So this is gonna be rather
traditional Sim Doomfist. Just realized what you just said.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. It's traditional now. It is locked in. I don't know if we can call it the GV comp or what. So UCM holding up underneath here. Looks like Reckless Morty does get pins on hidden. UCM getting a little bit wrecked there. They are down a man now, so that did not work out as well as Reckless Morty wanted it to be. So UCM trying their best to see if they can contest everything. It does not look like it's going to be going well. Korn going in and doing so much damage on the Doomfist here. UCM falling back, trying to keep everything up and running. Does not look like it's going to be going well. I don't know how he got boofed up because I didn't see an uppercut on that one on Korn. UCM on the point contesting. DD Gaming doing all they can. Hidden taking out Agler in the red polka. UCM again trying to contest the point as best as they can. Trey just raining fire down with everything that he can get. And then Korn again just cleaning up everybody. Trey is down by Korn. Korn again just on this Doomfist. This is just a good map for Doomfist, Philo.
Yeah, it's rough, and you just hate to see it. You know, you can hear Reckless Morty, Coach, I told you so. Don't play May here. Something unlucky is gonna happen. You know, there's just karma out there for picking that hero. But you know what really was unlucky? Like you just hate to see it. But I like the Torb swap here. I really do. I think Torb's turret is just an annoyance for Doom to deal with here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Corn
taking a lot of damage there. DD Gaming, and company do melt him down a lot. Hidden taking a good chunk of damage too, but they do have, Shatter coming out on the side of Hidden. Doesn't look like getting much DD bomb. Getting out there and just ready to kill some people. 3K kill on the side of DD Gaming. UCM able to stabilize this fight. Well, why? No, shields on the side of Grandview, I guess. Shield broken at that point in time, I would assume. On the side of Spilo, that hurt my brain.
That was just brilliant. It's a brilliant Shatter Bomb combo. Not something you always need to see, but certainly necessary in that team fight when they flip it around. And I like the Torb turret's positioning here. Providing some cover on the high ground. It might get broken pretty soon here.
Oh, yeah, they're watching that.
Yeah, they're working on it, but the work is done. You know,
Trey going in for a death blossom. Gets one, gets two, gets three. And Agler kills the fourth one. UCM. No. Trey with that positioning and timing. Oh, Corrin falling back, getting to his health pack so he can stay alive. Looks like he's going to be going on to the Mad Flank, too, as the Mad Titan is. By me, booping, hidden off the map there.
Crazy.
UCM, again, in kind of a...
and Ton, the beat is used for Grandview, and it's gone. It doesn't do anything. And they found Corn, too. They found Corn.
Oh, yeah, no, DD Gaming is on a manhunt. Trey sees where he went. Oh, can we see? Oh, no, nothing happens there. Trey falling back and waiting to see what all else he can do. UCM back onto the hunt here. Trey looking to see what Juicy Prey he can find. Finds Corn again. UCM is into the push phase. Looks like the Anubis. Looks like we're all pressing Q. UCM is in big trouble. Trey trying to get as much as he can done, but it looks like he's just going to try and stall the point. See if he can take somebody down with him. Doesn't look like he's going to work out so well for Million. With his ultimate up, will he use it here to try and just do a little bit of a stall tactic onto UCM? No, never mind. Earth Shatter coming in from the side of Hidden. UCM in a bit of a trouble here. Bite Me taking down Red Polka, trying to flee and get out of there. UCM just getting back there. Red Polka does make it out with his life, though, so no stagger kill onto him. So UCM in a bit of a pickle here, it looks like, Spilo.
Yeah, a little bit of a pickle, but DD Gaming does keep the cart stalled for some time as he's dying as Baby Diva, so they will get a recontest here with a beat to counter Grav. So hopefully DD Gaming... Oh, okay. All right,
Graviton Surge eaten by DD Gaming.
No,
Hidden is taken out by Bite Me, so there is no beat coming on the side of that. Red Polka's down. Trey's down. DD Gaming might be able to take some stuff out, but Hidden is just doing so much work. UCM will not be able to contest this point as well as we had hoped. DD Gaming waiting to see. He is not going to use his Diva Bomb at this point in juncture, which I believe is a smart move on the side of DD Gaming, Philo.
And that's just crucial. That is the best example of doing the really, really hard thing to do really well, but then choking in the really basics. Like, we hate to see it. 2 fights in a row where we had a really great play from UCM, but they lose to something just really silly. So hopefully they can get their heads in the game and hold this here, because 4 minutes is a long timing, but it is doable. We've seen it done. We've seen it done by UCM today with a great hold on Havana, on King's Row as well. But like, can we do it again?
Can we do it again is indeed the question here. UCM Coalescence coming out on the side. Molten Core on the side of Reckless Morty. UCM going in there, deep. Corrin taking out Trey, but UCM, again, just trying to pump in some damage. Agler trying to get a kill on what he can. Corrin is taken out by his Nano Booster as well, because nobody wants him to die. Diva Bomb coming out on the side of DD Gaming. UCM trying their best. No kills on the side of DD Gaming. UCM trying to their best to hold on to what they can. And it looks like, Hammer, but Reckless Morty's turn takes out Corrin, and UCM is again back into it. Trey doing his Death Blossom, does a lot of damage. DD Gaming hopping in, takes out 2, and UCM looking like a lost team fight there, Spilo, but miracles happen apparently. Miracles.
I mean, you know what? Luck has to benefit you too. We've had a bunch of fights lost by UCM where it's just, man, how do they lose that? And then all of a sudden, how do they win that? We're going to see Reckless Morty swap the Junkrat. I like this pick. Small choke, lots of spam. And Corn's actually going to match the Junkrat pick as well. Really just a grab on the table here, grab and shatter. So Will DD Gaming whip another grab eat out again? I honestly have no idea. At this point, we expect the unexpected.
Nobody knows at this point. Corn does take out Reckless Morty. UCM trying their best. We do see Guardian popping through. Hammer coming out on the side of Agler. UCM popping in, trying to do what they can. Trey caught in the trap, is down, Hidden, taking out Agler. By does take out his counterpart in Dex. UCM with the speed advantage, basically Hidden taking out the red Polka. UCM again trying to do their best. This is the issue here with us having the D.Va and them having the Zarya. Zarya's going to get full charge from our Reckless Morty. UCM, though, won't be able to get any charge or whatnot. They're just going to get melted and whatnot. UCM, Corn hopping into the spawn here to see if he can contest anything coming out of there. DD Gaming switching to the ball. Graviton Surge coming out from the side of Grandview. UCM again trying their best. Reckless Morty taking out Dex. Corn taking out Reckless Morty. UCM trying to pump out as much damage. Riptide ready and willing from Corn here. UCM back onto the point, ready to contest. The red Polka taken out by Hidden. UCM Tire coming out on the side of Corn. UCM trying to see what all they can do. Trey gonna probably be taken out by this tire. Yes, he is. Trey is down. UCM having to just come out and trickle and contest as best as he can. Nano coming out on the side of Grandview from Soren. UCM trying to do what they can. Beat coming out on the side of Bite Me to keep everybody alive. Vermilion is doing what he can to keep Hidden alive, but Hidden taken out before he can use a Shatter. Trey once again popping off and what all he can do. UCM pumping in as much damage as he can. Vermilion taken out again by Trey. UCM pumping up and stabilizing with 1.14 meters left in the distance, Philo.
I want to highlight DD Gaming's play as ball there. Nothing flashing, nothing fancy, but really stalling a lot of time by baiting backline's attention and killing the ulting Junkrat. A lot of space given there by Ball in a fight that really did not feel like they should have won. Again, a very, very clutch performance there. UCM, Reptire's on the table. This might be another hold. Uh-oh.
Reckless Morty waiting.
Oh, he's trapped. He's trapped.
Is he trapped? Or is
he's trapped?
No, he's ready for this, brother. He's ready. He takes out two with his tire. Big Shatter coming out from Hidden. Beat coming out as well from the side of UCM. And so it looks like it's just going to be turning into a real big old cluster fork here for UCM. Corn doing so much damage with the Junkrat. It looks like Trey's going to try and get up close and personal.
They got him. They got him.
UCM Corn. DD is taking him out there. UCM again. Looks like he's going to be a bit of a stabilization here on the side of UCM. Red Poker with his coalescence up. Does look like Reckless Morty taking out Dex.
Come on, guys.
UCM,
Chase.
And they're going to fall back here with 15 seconds left on the clock here. UCM has the bit of an advantage here. Trey hopping up onto the high ground, waiting for his Death Blossom. We're going to wait here.
Come on,
looks like a fire in the hole coming in from Corn. Corn looking to see if he can get any kind of juicy targets with it. Guardian does take him out with a turret. UCM waiting to see. Corn does some damage. Death Blossom coming out from the side of Trey. Trey takes out three with his Death Blossom. Baby taking out in. UCM continuing to do work. Corn falling back, and UCM will prevent.
What is this game that we're watching?
What is it? This is a good question, ladies and gentlemen.
This is brilliant.
This is insane.
Overwatch League, what? This is way too exciting. Way too exciting. Just a brilliant, brilliant hold there. Like, again, great work by DD Gaming there. He actually baits the tire, uses his adaptive shields, and he survives the one shot from the Rip Tire by using his adaptive shields, and basically takes the only way that Grandview wins that team fight is by hitting that tire and just completely denies that win condition. And then obviously Trey, we've been saying his name over and over and over again. And it's just popping off again and again. And again, there with another 4K there with the Death Blossom. And again, just UCM, like a magician, whips a 4-minute hold off of a snowball. That just seemed completely unrealistic. Big shatters from Agler there to keep the fight. One big coalescence, some nice beats. Just everybody stepped up there in the role that they needed to. Big Rip Tire kills, a double kill from Reckless Morty. But ultimately, just a brilliant hold by UCM, and they've put themselves in a great position to hold here. Noticing Corn on McCree, not a hero we've seen him on. We've seen some good aim from him on the heroes that he has played, so I expect a good performance. I'm curious to see what we're going to be seeing with Counter, because while we do see the Reinhardt Shield Brawly style from Grandview, it is a brawl with high damage. You've got Mercy damage boost, Torb, and McCree, so a lot of spam here.
There's so much spam here, and we do see Reckless Morty and Trey going into more of a close quarters style here, so it looks like a bit of a rush-ish comp. Stampede, if you will, is what I believe they're calling it these days. And so UCM will be trying to march up the field here and see what all they can do here. It does look like Grandview will let them have the archway. DD Gaming eating up as much of the damage as he can. They are scouting. They do see what all's happening here, so DD Gaming is trying to call out the plays here, seeing what all they need to do to contest and take care of Grandview's positioning here. So UCM popping off and seeing that they're hiding behind the old little shotgunny thingy from the Bastion era. And so UCM coming around the corner here, pumping onto the point here. UCM popping in. Agler coming in, and the red Trey taking out Peoples, UCM. Oh, man, this is going down so well for
Holy
UCM.
moly.
Corn is in the background, but he's not really getting much done. Agler, bite me, everybody. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I did not know where to go. Corn taken down by Trey. UCM will cap the point here, Spylo.
Well, you call it stampede. I prefer to call it a load of bull. They just walked right down main, and they just completely ran over Grandview. Crucially, Corn on the flank isn't able to get the kill on Rickless Morty fast enough. Wastes a lot of time on what would have been a really clutch play, and ultimately the clutch play just doesn't happen. And the W key for UCM is too strong.
They do like their W key. This is one of their stronger kind of thought processes, is trying to get in there and whatnot. They do like being more of a rushy, brawly comp. I did hear something about being inspired by LH Cloudy, and so that might be what we have, is the spirit of LH Cloudy into this area. So UCM will continue to kind of push the payload up and around the corner here. Grandview is waiting to see if they can do anything. Corn looks like he's just kind of sitting off onto the side here, waiting to see if he can get a quick flank off, probably a stun shot off here. Coalesce is coming out from the side of Red Panda. UCM, Corn coming out, does take care of the Coalescence to take out the Red Polka, and UCM is down the big healer here, but Agler is also doing some work here. Trey taking out Corn. UCM continuing to march forward. Agler doing as much as he can with only the Lucio heals on his side. Grandview falling back, needing to just regroup for a second there. UCM.
Again, Corn on a hard flank with a Mercy pocket. He only gets the Moira kill and ends up having to leave just a lot of resources devoted to these flanks, and it's just not getting the value that they're needed, and the W key is just stronger. This is going to be the real crucial fight, though. This is a hard... Okay,
definitely.
Gonna bomb.
Oh, big... charge coming. Jeez. High noon coming out from the side of Corn. Looking out. He does get Agler and the Red Polka. Trey trying to see if he can do any damage. Does take out Corn there. Coalescence not going to work out, but Graviton Surge going into there. UCM is going to be shut down in this team fight here. Rez coming out from Soren to get Guardian back up online. And it looks like Grandview has the ultimate advantage into this upcoming team fight.
And we're seeing the clear playstyle signature from Grandview. They like the Corn on the flank. It makes sense. You've got the Mercy pocket. You're not going to be able to beat these guys straight up. You have to kind of beat them around. They are coming to this fight with only a beat, but they do all have the Death Blossom soon, and we've seen... Oh, no.
Oh, Corn going
there
in with a quick hit. Agler does see him trying to see if he can get in there. Oh, goes in for the charge? Oh, UCM is dedicated to this assist, and they do take out both Corn and the Mercy pocket, and so UCM does have a little bit of a man advantage. They just have to wait for... Yeah, they need... Yeah, they need to hurry up. The Red Polka needs to get in there. Trey with his Death Blossom up and ready. We're going to see how well that's going to work out for him. Agler with a Shatter. We'll see how well this works out for him. UCM again with a kind of a bit of an issue. Oh! Oh, no! Yo, Trey does cut out Guardian in the middle of his ultimate, and Trey continues to try and do some damage of what all he can. Looks like Rickless Morty and Trey will continue to push the Thelio going. Vermilion is working his best. Hammer coming out from Hidden, but a hammer coming out from Agler to shut down Hidden. Oh no! Soren is able to get the rest off onto Hidden, though, but UCM continues to do work, and UCM looks like they'll be capping the point here.
I'm just loving the decisive action.
Oh, jeez. And UCM will cap point, too.
Just the decisive action from UCM to push that Mercy McCree, no fear, and then just W key down main. They get the Torble, just completely ignore the Torble with that Reaper ult. Trey coming clutch again. This is it. This is it, Ton.
It's the final countdown, like they always sung about. It's happening, boys! So UCM just has to make it to this next point, and they will win the series. Trey looking for some Coalesce is coming out. High noon from Rickless Morty is taken out by Guardians. Hanzo, UCM doing their best. Corn is knocked out in the middle of his high noon as well, so they don't have that burst damage or zoning potential. UCM again pushing up as hard as they can. The Red Polka doing some damage. Trey doing a little bit of play. Hey, Trey taking out Guardian there. UCM Diva Bomb coming out from DD Gaming. Tries to see if he can get any damage done. Trey taking out Dex. UCM continuing the push here. UCM and Trey. Hammer coming out from the side. Corn on the Bastion. He says, I'm mowing everybody down. But can he do it? Trey doing what he can. Agler with a big old dash there. DD Gaming coming on to Corn. UCM is able to take out Corn's Bastion. UCM continuing to point. UCM is going to push the payload. And UCM!
The reverse sweep.
The exhibition match against Grandview. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call the reverse sweep, as the young man said on the other side. Now it is GG's. Now everything works out. And look, Trey with a play of the game, bro.
Ton.
So UCM, this is how it works.
You call me a young man. I was young before this game. I have aged both physically and mentally the last, what it must have been, week that this game has lasted, but it's been worth every minute. Just what a phenomenal game. And obviously we've called everybody's praises again and again, but just a clutch team play. Like, decisive pushes there again and again. Every single, like it was the last map was really the epitome of what we'd seen the entire, really the match. Just every single player coming up. Oh, there's no way we win this fight. Oh, DD Gaming is going to go in there with a bomb and make a play. Aggo's going to land a shatter. Rickless Mori is going to get a ridiculous rip tire on the two most important kills. You know, Trey with the Death Blossoms. We've seen Coalescence that killed the ulting McCree that would have lost them the fight. Huge beat twice on the third point. Just phenomenal. Just like phenomenal play from UCM. And those are the best wins. The wins where you're like, we should not, like this was, we were down 0-2 and we just win 3 in a row. Easy.
It's such a beautiful thing, and we'll highlight even more of that in the Taylor Industries post show coming up after this short break.
Taylor Industries is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports, a family-owned and operated business.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Taylor Industries post show. My lord, that was one heck of a match. My stein is even empty. Like, I never run out of water on these things. So, you know, that was one heck of a round there. UCM and Grandview, both fantastic teams that went toe-to-toe for the most part here. And so I think that was a fantastic series, Spilo.
No, unquestionably. I mean, we had it all. We had the Jiang Tower match where we had a dominant performance in one round, but just honestly, we really, let's be honest, we got smoked in two of the other rounds, and it was not an inauspicious beginning to ultimately a phenomenal series. We saw a little flash of brilliance with Kings Row, managed to whip out a 3-minute hold to force a draw. And then all the progress that we felt that we made was really, I feel like, wasted in Havana, whereas with Kings Row, we had no business holding that long. It was just a phenomenal clutch. With Havana, we were the ones being clutched upon, and we ultimately lost that map. But then that's when everything changed. I doubted our performance on Anubis. We clutched it, smoked it on Anubis. We crushed it on Busan, and then ultimately came down to a rather climactic finish on Eichenwald. And I cannot highlight the team play enough. Like, it just came down to finding ways to counter some of Corn's unorthodox playstyles, finding ways to counter, I think it was Guardian's unorthodox picks. And ultimately, like, it was just it was a perfect epitome of just a brilliant team performance. That being said, it is our job here to highlight at least one player who we feel really stood out. So, Ton, Culver's player of the match. Who's it going to be today?
It was tough, Spilo. We had such great performance tonight by all of the players. DD Gaming stepping up in the tank role. We had Rickus Morting popping off on both the Junkrat and whatever other hero he was playing. Agler getting crazy with his Reinhardt. And then we had our supports duo, no matter who they were, Bite Me, Dylan, and then, Jonathan as well popping off. But your Culver's player of the match will have to be Trey Clevenger. Trey Clev, he just did a stellar job, Spilo. Don't you agree?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, we were feeling, it was like one of the things that we almost knew was going to come by like the second or third map. Is like, this guy is honestly, the first map, a little shaky with his performance, stacking very conservatively with his core, and honestly was causing UCM some issues when it came to breaking chokes on Li Jiang. But every map that followed, it was like I was in his ear magically giving him advice, because all of a sudden I see, wait, where's Trey? Oh, he's on the flank. Oh, he's killing people. Or if he's not killing people, the entirety of Grandview is turning around to deal with Trey, and the man gets out scot-free. And that was just over and over again. And this is not even talking about the Death Blossoms, the 2Ks, the 3Ks, the 4Ks, and even the 5Ks. So the man stepped up when his team needed him. But ultimately, even when he wasn't on the kill feed, the man was just absolutely clutching fight after fight after fight. So very well-deserved player of the match.
Oh, that's high praise coming from the great Spilo. I'm sure the boys will rejoice in all
My
of
blessings.
that. And so that is definitely the end of tonight's stream, everybody. But before we leave, I do want to remind you about the headset giveaway we are currently doing on our Instagram page. Go do it. It's free. All you have to do is click some buttons that you do normally anyways. And so I'm not asking for money. I'm asking you to just push buttons. It's really not that hard. You do it by default anyways. I know you do. So that's just how that's going to work from here. And once again, I do want to thank you, Spilo, ever so much for again coming and co-casting with me. Hopefully we can do this more in the future. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more of this crazy man, he does stream on Twitch on a semi-regular basis, more than likely. And so you can catch him on twitch.tv/Spilo or Stormcrow Productions. If you want to check out his YouTube channel with all of his educational content, where he's doing Hammer Time, doing Ask This Spilo stuff, and then roasting people because they love it. You can check out on Stormcrow Productions on YouTube as well. Check out our YouTube channel as well if you want to see the VODs of any of the matches we have streamed here on Twitch as well. And so you can listen to Spilo talk over and over and over again with me.
Oh, no.
I know it's going to be better than mine.
I don't even think my mom wants to do that.
But that is going to be it from us. On behalf of Spilo, on behalf of myself, we thank you for watching, and we will see you all next time.
I'm going in. When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no, you just rather watch.